we're gonna keep this train going. We got some
Thick Boy Nation, large and in charge.
Yeah.
Those things ain't coming back.
we cried at us like
Beat up to my nuts. I got a lot of fertilizer.
What kind of podcast is this?
You want to pet my dog? You love this neighborhood.
Take my money.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
I would love to hear your story. Like,
Not just me. Oh my god.
This ain't gonna go well.
We're in the old donuts. There are a lot of old people sitting in there.
wait.
Do I take a
How many days do I get off?
cold air balloon?
Yeah. It's a change of day in our lives.
Welcome to the PM&A podcast.
Hey guys, what is going on?
Welcome to the PM&A podcast. I hope you like our new intro there. Hey?
That was pretty good.
Yeah,
That was
pretty
pretty
That was
cool.
our first run through of that. This is episode 29.
Are we sure?
100%.
29?
So, just so people, I don't know if anybody remembers, our first episode wasn't also in the October. This is not our 1 year
This
anniversary.
is an anniversary one.
No, that's in two. Actually, that's next
Next week.
podcast. Next
Next week.
podcast will be the 1 year podcast, I guess, of going through all podcasts. Anyway, doesn't matter. But we'll talk about that next week. Or not next week, but next podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome, episode 29. As always, this podcast is brought to you by Always Bearded Lifestyle. They want you to take care of your beard. They sell beard grooming products formulated with natural, CertClean certified ingredients. They do the beard oil, the beard wax, and they also use the beard cream.
The cream.
The cream.
I used the cream today. I love it.
Now the beard's getting a little bit longer because it's like the winter beard time.
Yep,
But
yep.
like I use the cream. Like I should have used it today. I'm
Are you
feeling
getting the itch?
Little itch.
Are you?
If I didn't use the cream. if I
Now
would've-
don't cut it off because of the itch. You got to give
no,
it like
no.
what's it like? Mine will do that when I shave it down a little bit.
Yeah.
Now by down a little bit I mean
inch.
an inch. But still, like I give it about the itch will last maybe a day, maybe if I don't do anything.
I didn't use
But-
cream.
Oh,
I didn't use cream.
The cream.
Use the beard cream. Always Bearded Lifestyle. They will take care of your beard. Oh, so we're also brought to you by.
Oh, we're gonna do Johnny.
Yeah.
Oh, so General Watson is a YouTuber. He does YouTube videos for first-person shooters for the game Call of Duty. A really, really good friend of ours, and he puts out some really, really interesting content. His production value actually has gone up quite a bit.
Yeah, he makes some
Have you
funny
seen
videos.
that? The cinematography one that he
Yeah,
did?
the last one you did.
I was pretty impressed.
General Watson
Pretty
is doing some good stuff.
He did pretty good, and his production. He does a commentary in the background for some of them.
Hilarious. It's hilarious.
And he plays some pretty cool music in the background as well. But
Yeah, the videos are like 3 minutes, so they're really entertaining. So they're
yeah,
really
they're not time consuming. Like they're interesting. Like
not like a
it's
2-hour
kinda cool.
podcast.
No. Yeah. About some guy talking about bear attacks.
Yep.
But yeah, if that's what you're into, head over to the General Watson, check out his YouTube site, and give him a like, give him a subscribe, and if it's something you're into, give him a follow. Just send him some love. Let him know that you guys that we sent you over there. But what else you got, Jer?
So, Red Eye Cafe came on the podcast, and they do some pretty good job with their coffee and their donuts. They're from Cambridge, Ontario. So, if you're not from this area, it's a cool place to like travel to and like try out donuts. I know I like to travel to try new things out, but so Red Eye Cafe, Cambridge, Ontario. They're located on 600 Hespeler Road. The only day they're closed is Monday, so you guys can get your hands on some sweet treats and eats all week long, except for Mondays. So they're steeped in flavor. Oh, steeped in community and rich in flavor.
Steeped in flavor.
Yeah, got that wrong. They have coffee options. They can do like drip coffee, Americanas. They do lattes, cappuccinos. They have a barista on site. Not like those other coffee chains.
like Flim Flortons and Blarblocks.
Yeah, I'm not going to name names. But so they do some really good stuff. And Red Eye Cafe, they're just really cool people. Megan and Larry were on the podcast, and it was such a fun time hanging out with them. So
They also have gluten-free.
So they have vegan options.
Yes, they
for
do.
those funny people.
Yeah. For those of you who don't like a little meat in your donut.
Anyway, guys, we're gonna get into this episode. We'd like to welcome rap artist Wicked Vibe. What's up, man?
How's it going?
How's it going? Welcome to the podcast, dude.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
How's it? So, have you ever done a podcast before?
No, this is the first one.
First podcast. We always find the people like
We do. We find them early. We find them early.
Whoa.
That way they don't forget us.
First time. So, how long have you been rapping for?
I've been rapping for about maybe 8 years now.
Whoa!
Holy cow!
Wow, man. So, what started you on wanting to be like get into rap? What started you on that?
As a kid, I was like always I did poetry for a good while, and then my brother showed me Eminem
Mhm.
for first time, and I think that's what made me listen to rap. But there was an artist named Witty, but his goes by Whit Lowry now. After listening to some of his stuff, that definitely inspired me to begin writing music and recording.
What was his name? Sorry.
Whit Lowry.
Whit Lowry. Is he now? What kind of rap artist was he? Like, was he more like a freestyle guy? Was he more like on the hip hop side?
He's how would you?
Because that's something, right? Like
Yeah.
I know that there's like different kinds of rap. Like there's and hip hop is still a style of rap, right? Am I wrong, or is that
Yeah.
its own genre?
It's its own style of rap.
Okay.
Oh man,
Huh.
I'm eating a Timbit hair already.
Yeah. Watch me. Mind me as I stuff my face with a sprinkle donut.
So you got into Eminem. That's we were into Eminem.
I think we all got into Eminem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like even now, like some of his stuff now is actually pretty interesting. Like it's, and he like when he got at it with MGK there, it was some of that stuff
It was
there was
funny,
pretty good too.
But it was really good stuff though.
Oh yeah. I get a lot of flack for that too.
You get a lot. Why?
Because I sided more with MGK than Eminem.
What?
Thank you very much. See,
What?
see,
Yeah.
bravo, sir, bravo.
No.
I actually liked his beat a whole lot better, and I thought that his style of rapping is I think it's obviously newer age. I think like he's more towards the modern era kind of thing where Eminem is still kind of stuck in that way back when, which isn't bad. Like it has his own style, it's his own way of rapping. But I really like MGK's a whole lot better. I did.
No, I disagree. You guys are jerks. No, Eminem's a classic, and you're never gonna when he went.
My
with,
dad's going crazy.
When he went on that last what do you call it, single with Logic,
Yeah.
that was an awesome track. And
Oh, yeah.
your comedian guy was on there too.
Oh, Chris D'Elia.
Yeah, Chris D'Elia at the end of that. That was hilarious.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yes.
they did the music video too, and then they took the
Yeah,
just
the
picture
car-
of
the car
Sandlot
video.
from the glasses.
Yeah, and he dressed up as Chris D'Elia, didn't he, in the video?
Yeah, they reversed.
Yeah, they
bunch of the
reverse roles.
So
Yeah.
your newest track that you just put out, was it last week?
Yeah,
It was on your birthday, right?
yeah. Day after.
The day after. I really
Yeah.
liked it. So it was like a Halloween kind of vibe, had like the it kind of theme. What made you like? So I'm into poetry too. I've written songs, not like great songs, not like cool stuff, but like what motivated you to like write into that I guess that theme?
I've always wanted to do like darker, like more Halloween stuff. I tried to explore that more with an old song of mine called Dark Side. I actually had the beat for that song for actually a couple of years, like back in 2017 when the first It came out, and I was kind of sitting on that and the hook of it. And after I saw It too, I re-found that beat, and then I decided that now is the time to write on it.
Where do you get your instrumental tracks from, or your beats? Sorry, where would you get them from? Like, do you make them, or do you have would you buy them from somebody?
So far, it's mostly free instrumentals, hence why most of my music that's posted right now is free. Usually, I find them on YouTube, which is like you just look up just explore through it. I'm planning on to making my own stuff very soon.
That's hard,
But
man.
yeah.
That's some hard
Yeah.
stuff to do.
I tried it like a couple weeks ago when we were thinking about doing our own intros. I tried it.
Yeah.
It was like Mary Had a Little Lamb with a bass beat
That's why
behind
we
it.
asked other people to do our intro. Like it's like just because it was it's not an easy thing.
Yeah, our buddy Chris Pluxomatic there, dude, you killed it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I hope you like the T-shirt.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't much for what you did, Chris, but thanks, man. That beat was great. Is that something you'd be like you'd thought about doing? Is maybe working with somebody that hey, if you're following my music and you guys make instrumental tracks, like maybe send me one and we can see if we can hook up or something like that.
Yeah, I'm open to the idea of that for sure.
Well, I got a good one. It's a Mary Has a Little Lamb with a bass track in the back.
No. So I've been listening to your music for maybe like the last couple weeks before bringing it on the podcast. Like
Yeah.
it seems to me, it's like a whole different style of rap. It's like an interesting, like some raps about like bitches and hoes. Like there's that funny meme where it's like me driving to the pharmacy to get my cough medicine as I'm listening to rap music about killing bitches and stealing hoes. Like you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it's like, but yours is more like it's a little bit deeper and it's pretty dark. And like, is that just like why those themes in general?
I
Like with your
used to,
poetry.
I used to write when I began to write songs. It used to be like the stereotypical like bitches and hoes and shit like that. I think it's just more powerful and there's more meaning to it. So when there's like more relatable stuff to it, and the reason why it's like so dark is because I focus on a lot of topics that a lot of people, quite a few people don't really want to. I feel like some people don't want to talk about, but I try to shed some light on that.
Yeah, being a
Where-
little bit more real.
Everybody knows
Yeah.
a bitch and a hoe.
No, that's not real.
Sure it is. Go take a drive down Preston. You tell me you don't see a bitch or
Yeah,
a hoe.
no, you don't.
No.
That's a swamp monster.
They're giving that shit away.
half price.
Half rights. Got a Timbit? I got 5 minutes.
Let's get back on this track, Ernie. Come on. So, are you into horror movies?
Oh, for sure.
Really?
Horror?
Oh
yeah.
man, we should have
Horror
had.
movies.
We should have brought Jesse on because Jesse loves the one guy who used to be on the podcast.
Horror movies.
Like he really likes horror, but like, so I just so people need to go on. They can go on SoundCloud, right, and find find it on there. So it's Wicked Vibe on SoundCloud, and the
Yeah.
what's the title track again? Float Away or sorry,
You'll float too.
Float. Sorry,
You'll float too.
You'll Float Too. Have you listened to it already?
I have, and I enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed your last one too. Ghosts, I think it was.
There was Ghost and Lovely Spirit.
Yeah, Ghosts. I really enjoyed that one. I messaged you because I was like, oh man, I'm like, I like the instrumental track, but I'm like, your lyrics were great, and I think I asked you if it was just like a teaser or what, because I'm like, man, you only like did it for a little bit. I was like, I wanted to hear more of your lyrics and that.
Yeah, I find that too. Like just with listening to your music, you have some really good lyrics, and then you let the music play. Not to say it's like a negative, but like you have.
There was actually a reason why I did that.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, when I actually when I was in college, I had this whole weird relationship with a certain person, and I kind of like left it without more stuff in there because it was kind of representing like, I don't know, just like the thought process where it's like this like where you think of all these things, and maybe that's just all the things you think about and you just kind of leave it at that point.
I see what you're saying. Like it's like almost like the music just like is like the starting point, like a meditative start as you're like thinking the thought process through, and then you kind of speak on it a little bit. Is that kind of what you're talking about? That's awesome, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. That's like I feel like if you can be real, people can sense that in your music. Like if you're just like copying people's music or sharing lyrics maybe that aren't yours, maybe if you don't make it your own, like. Not to say that I've made music, but like the music I've made seemed more real, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
Like it's like my own kind of thing, and like that seems like that's the vibe I get when I listen to your music. It's like you putting your heart into it. So you went to school. So what did you go to school for? Music, something with music, right?
Music industry arts at Fanshawe.
So what's that?
There was like an all-around music course. I learned how to do audio engineering. Did live performance. Study a little bit more on the business side of the entertainment business and the music business. Had to learn about contracts and met some local bands, some local artists, and then just like learn how to do.
Jesus,
Mostly-
Ernie, turn that off. Sorry, man. Ernie's sitting here trying to listen to music.
But
I was
yeah,
just
it's
looking
just, like,
something up.
Yeah, but it's mostly just like it's just all around music stuff and what you could expect and what jobs are open for you for the music industry.
So would you go into like a studio, or
Oh,
would
yeah.
you? Okay. And then
Yeah,
what they would you go like with another like a recording artist, and would you record them, or what all would that entitle?
Usually, we had a few times where we brought someone from who is in the music business, and brought them over just maybe to demonstrate like how to edit vocals and stuff like that. But most of the time, it's just everybody I know from my class.
And you would record them like doing something?
Yeah, I've recorded a few people, and I've also recorded a few of my songs on there in the studios, and yeah, it's just a great time.
So after seeing that side of it, then like you yourself being a rap artist, becoming a rap artist, do you think production would be something you'd be into as well then?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like I even just from doing the podcast here, I know it's not recording vocals and throwing a track over top of it, but the software we use is very, very similar to it, but again, not to the degree of that. But I think it'd be something cool to do. I think it'd be something interesting because it's, again, as long as it's music that you're not worried about copywriting and that, like it'd be interesting to watch somebody break out with a cool song that nobody's heard before. I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So, is this something you're gonna like pursuing as of right now? Like you're like rap like as like a rapper? Like are you like continuing?
Yeah, I'm still continuing doing music. I'm working on my mixtape right now. Then I got a few more singles that are ready to go. And yeah. I have a few collaborations too.
Yeah.
So you said you've been doing this for 8 years. Like when was the first time you actually went and performed as an artist?
Actually, it was I think it was last year actually.
Oh really?
Yeah, the videos where I was posting on Instagram, that was the first one I did.
Where was that?
It was in the old, I think it was called the Old East Bar in London.
Holy cow! Where are you located? What area?
I was located in London because that's where my college was.
Right,
But
right.
now I live in Ayr, Ontario.
In Ayr.
Good
Okay,
old Ayr,
okay.
Ontario.
So then, have you tried tried performing like anywhere around here recently, or like is?
Yeah, I'm looking for stuff. I'm mostly just waiting on for my mixtape to be released and
drop.
The drop, and then I'm definitely going to be looking at doing some shows.
So I saw on SoundCloud like the tracks you have there, and then sorry, did you say you had an album waiting to come out, or was it just an EP?
It became an EP. It was starting to be an EP, but then I decided to make it a full sort of album.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So is that just gonna be all free? Are you just giving it out
Yeah.
for free? Oh man.
Yeah.
Gotta make some money off this, buddy. Come on.
Well, see,
I know.
that's where
I know.
that's where you have like your own you have your own event, right? Like you would put it on an event for say grab a couple local artists with you as well. Like I'm sure there's somebody around here that wouldn't mind jumping on at an event like that, right? Is that something you're thinking?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
And
But-
plus, I have people I know from London that are open for me to join them in their shows too.
Well, you need a DJ, just let me know.
Yeah, if you need it.
Yeah.
So you're such an idiot. So would you say that? What's your favorite part? What's your favorite process when you're making a song or a track? What's your favorite process?
Part of the process, you mean?
No, it's his favorite part. Yeah, sorry.
I would say the writing process, probably.
Are you
It's
continually writing?
every day?
Wow.
Yeah, every day.
We just spoke with my cousin,
your cousin.
Dylan Burke, kinda ish, and he was saying too, like it's basically what he lives and breathes right now.
So you
Like
got
he's like writing every day, and
Yeah, it's like on your
Yeah.
phone or in a book or something, just continually
Yeah.
writing.
Yeah, I have a book. I have my notes on my phone is just filled with random stuff.
That's awesome.
So is it hard to find like those tracks, like the ones that would work for you? Like I can't imagine that'd be easy trying to find a good one, and then trying to find a free one. Like that's got to be a pain in the butt.
Well, I just go look for a free one, because if I just look for some random one that happens to be free, then it's kind of like, what's the point? But I have heard some instrumentals that I actually really like, and I'm probably going to end up buying soon.
So
yeah,
it's
mostly has to do with like the chemistry of me and the instrumental. Usually when I listen to air metal, usually there's like it's just like just going along with it, and you can just like it's kind of a feeling where you know it's the right one, and you know what you're going to do with it.
But like you said though, even if it's not something you can use right now, like this one here, you said you had it for a year before you did something with it, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, I really like that song, man. That like You'll Float Too. It's like so it's a little bit brutal, like right? Like it's a little bit brutal, but it's like it's really good. Like so is the song about the movie, or what's the like I have to ask this. Like what is the song really about, like for you? What was the song really about?
I think it was definitely heavily inspired by the It movie, and I did leave some like references in there. But it's mostly I was trying to make it where it's not a fully horror theme where I'm just referencing movies like off, like just every line for line's a reference to movies. You kind of want to make it a little bit personal and stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. It's about slitting throats, so.
Well, yeah, and then
I'm trying to see what you're getting at. Like, are you okay, man? Like, what's...
I'm completely sane.
Yeah, we're waiting for that. We're waiting for the Santa Claus track in December.
Yeah, no, that's what I was asking, because like it's really like heavy, and it's like it's like nice and slow, and it seems to me like it's its own genre. Like, what would you call your genre that you're in of like rap? Like, is that a thing? Different genres of rap?
I honestly have no idea what my genre is. I've been doing doing a lot of different styles lately.
Yeah.
I've been doing some darker stuff. I've been doing some alternative stuff, and yeah, it's just I'm not quite sure what genre I am in right now. But
what are the artists that you're listening to right now? Like, I know that there's a lot that I listen to, but
artists that I'm listening to right now, I've been listening to MGK's Hotel Diablo of recently a lot. NF definitely. I've been listening to Marilyn Manson for the longest time, and
hell yeah,
yeah,
that'll give you some dark undertones.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson and Rob Zombie.
Yeah. Oh my God,
yeah.
Rob Zombie is a genius, man. Seriously.
I love his movies. I love Devil Rejects is probably my favorite.
God, I can't watch them.
I can't watch them.
Nope.
So this is what I was getting at. Like I've never actually watched the movie It either. To be honest, like,
me
it
neither.
scared the shit out of me. Like I can't do horror. I can't do it.
Nope.
Yeah, I actually took one of my buddies to see it too, and he hates clowns.
Oh my God!
I
For some
won't.
reason,
Nope.
The weirdest part was he was the one that wanted to see it, and I was like, "Don't you hate clowns?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, what the fuck are we doing?
But then again, my wife, she's afraid of clowns, and she wanted to go see Joker, and I'm like, the whole time she's like, "Oh, it's petrifying." I'm like, the title says Joker. It's not like you may see a clown on the title.
Might be a clown. That was a good movie too.
Yeah, that movie is crazy.
Oh my God! I just watched it today.
Would you say that he is, as an actor, the GOAT?
Just so people could get in on the joke, we were talking about the term GOAT before the podcast, and I didn't realize that when people called somebody a GOAT, I just thought they were representing GOAT, but it was actually an acronym for
The greatest of all time.
Or no, it's not. Is it greatest of all?
Greatest of all time.
Yeah, I had no idea.
Me neither. I learned it today.
Yeah, I had no idea that was a GOAT.
And I had to pretend when they were talking about it. They're like, "Yeah, he's the real GOAT." I'm like, "Yeah, he is. He is."
What a GOAT!
Like, greatest of all time, and I'm like,
greatest of
all time.
Oh crap!
I was like, "Oh Jesus."
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So back to Joker. Now that we go down bunny trails, man. That's what I was saying earlier. So, what a movie. Ernie hated it.
It was dark as hell.
You didn't like it, you said.
Yeah, it's some weird guy laughing on a train, handing out
He
cards.
can't help it.
Mm.
He couldn't help it. What did you think of it?
Oh man, I actually loved it.
I loved it too.
The Joker?
I loved that. It actually gave me a lot of reminders from one of my top 10 favorite movies, Taxi Driver.
Yeah, Taxi Driver was awesome.
I've never seen
Yeah.
it, but I can have an idea that I have an idea what it's about. I can't put my finger on it or my thumb out, but I can.
I think people didn't. I think some people didn't like it because they really wanted to tie into like Batman and stuff.
No, I'm glad it didn't.
But
Yeah.
hang on though.
Better because it didn't.
Did Bruce Wayne's parents? I thought they were robbed. They were just shot
No, they were
randomly.
just shot. No.
I thought in the comic book though they were
No.
going after their wallet.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah, that's
Am I right?
that's for sure what usually happened. They were
Right.
getting and then they end up getting shot. I also think the way they set it up makes sense because just like how the Joker like eradicated this whole thing when he did the certain kill on near the end of the movie,
Yeah.
and with what Thomas Wayne said in that movie, I think it was like you get what you like.
Yeah, what you make.
they made the Waynes really seem dark.
I was just about to say that Thomas Wayne seemed like a douchebag.
Yeah, but in all the other movies,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
like, oh, I'm a doctor,
Right?
and like I'm really like friendly, and like he tried hard to like help out, but that guy seemed like a dick. Like,
What was the?
Yeah, for that, like I think they did that just because like the Joker, they want like the Joker to like shine, and they want you to see how he became the way he was at the end, and with his whole mom thing and the deal with Thomas Wayne, and then the bathroom scene is just like,
yeah,
You know what doesn't make sense to me though is how from one movie the chief of police now becomes Thomas Wayne.
yeah,
what?
Same actor.
What are you talking about?
So the one with Christian Bale,
Yeah,
the guy remember with Catwoman, the girl that played Catwoman,
yeah,
the hot one.
yeah.
Remember when she's in the bar and she jumped in the
You're terrible at telling stories.
she jumped. Oh, fuck. She jumped in the car with that guy, and it turned out to be
is
the
it the
police
same
commissioner.
dude?
Same dude.
Oh wow,
Same dude.
full circle.
Circular.
So Ernie and I were having this debate on the way over here to our studio. So we were picking up coffees, and like I am questioning. So spoiler alert to people who haven't seen the Joker movie. If you don't want to listen,
we're
to what,
destroying this thing.
yeah. Like so, you know when he jumps in the refrigerator.
Oh fuck.
Yeah.
No, you're wrong on
Listen,
this.
let me ask him.
Oh, you're so
Let me ask
foolish.
him because he's a deep thinker too. This poetic guy we're talking to. So when he jumps in the fridge, I feel like when he jumped in the fridge, everything after that didn't really happen. It was all in his head.
I actually had a debate with my brother when we saw that.
Yeah, because like
about that.
if he made up that whole story about
No,
that girl, stop.
You're
let me
going
finish.
Inception on this
No,
shit.
no. When he made up that whole idea of having that kind of like a relationship with that girl all in his head, who's to say that after he jumped in that fridge, all this other stuff didn't happen, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I think that was actually genius that they kind of like did that.
yeah,
Because for someone that's a Joker in the comics and every adaptation except for the
Jared Leto one.
Jack Nicholson one.
Oh, okay.
We don't talk about Jared Leto.
Oh yeah, okay. All right, good.
He never had
cool tattoos.
Sweet tats, bro.
He looks like a cashier at Spencer's or Hot
He
Topic.
looked like Tekashi 6ix9ine is what he looked like.
Yeah. Don't you be snitching, you bitch.
That Joker had bitches and hoes.
Yeah. Okay. Let's not get off the rails here.
Yeah,
Oh my
but
God.
every adaptation of Joker, there's no definitive backstory
Mhm.
to it. So I think that's kind of genius when they do that because they're not entirely, in some way, they're not showing you maybe this was his entire backstory or maybe this wasn't. Maybe he became the Joker a different way.
Mhm.
So it's definitely lead up for like theories and all that of how he became the Joker.
Yeah, it was really well written. I couldn't amazing acting, really well written.
He was too skinny.
well,
God, was he skinny?
yeah, but it
No,
kind of.
Too Skinny is Christian Bale's movie Mechanic.
Oh my God, now that's skinny. Yeah.
Or
Have
the
you
or
ever
the
seen
fighter,
Christian Bale.
or the fighter.
Oh yeah, when he had
Oh,
when he
yeah.
put that Dicky guy.
Yeah, when he was
Yeah,
Dickie. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man.
Christian Bale goes to
He goes
certain
deep.
crazy. Yeah, it's extremely.
Yeah,
I was just-
method acting for real. That's what's up.
Yeah, he went from Mechanic to. He actually did the Mechanic movie
Mhm.
and then instantly bulk up for the
Batman.
Batman.
Yeah, he super bulked up.
Roids.
I don't,
He's-
I don't know how
Yeah.
that's even healthy for the man, but
Hey man, like those
So-
actors, they get some weird. Those actors have a different way of living than we do, man. They have access to all
Oh,
the
yeah.
weird stuff.
If you're paid $1 million to look some way, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like it kind of comes full circle when you're talking about we're talking art and we're talking about music and being an actor and stuff. Like you put something into it, like that method acting. Like Daniel Day-Lewis, he goes above and beyond for all his portrayals. Like he doesn't stop acting. Like when he's in the movie for the full 6 months, he is that character. If you're at the gym and working out, like he was talking about when he was doing Gangs of New York, and he was working out at the gym, and Liam Neeson came into the gym. He's like, "What's up, priest?" He kept the exact same persona the whole time, which
Oh,
is
shit.
so you mean those guys go full out? No wonder they win Academy Awards.
I'd leave the room.
Yeah, exactly. Like it gets a little
Daniel
crazy.
Day-Lewis is intense.
So getting back, let's get back to rap because you want to totally off that. So what's next for you, like for rapping and
Speaking of jumping in the fridge,
yeah, let's jump in. Yeah, we jumped in the fridge.
Yeah, so I'm definitely I'm dropping my mixtape soon.
is that what you're calling it? Is a mixtape?
Yeah, it's a
I like
mixtape.
that. I like that.
Yeah. I'm just waiting on for the artwork to get finished. Actually, my dad, Canadian Carpenter, actually is doing the artwork for this.
Big shout out to Canadian Carpenter.
I think that should be your next song. Is about measuring tapes
yeah. And coffee cups.
and coffee cups. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, your dad's
And skunks in the garage.
Yeah.
what? Skunks in the garage?
You didn't see that? Oh, he was on his story. He was talking. He's like, "Help me get this 20-pound skunk out of the garage." That was pretty funny.
What the fuck?
Oh my god, that skunk was a nightmare.
Oh, I can only imagine you got a skunk in
I
the
just,
freaking
I
garage.
was like, let's just kill it. Let's just kill it.
I wrote back. I said nail gun.
that's what my mom said. I was like, antifreeze, just kill it.
Poor thing, just trying to find a warm place to sleep.
Kill
you
it.
jerks.
Send it to
Yeah.
hell.
Yeah, but
Yeah, it got so annoying when we wake up and then we go outside and just garbage bags just ripped in
Yeah.
half and
Yeah, they're
clean up the garbage
monsters.
yeah.
every day.
And then if
Do you have a dog or a cat?
We got cats,
Oh.
but I don't think any of them is gonna.
no,
outside.
no mas.
No cats. Yeah, you can't stick the cat on it.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
That ain't gonna work.
Well,
Yeah,
I don't know. So whenever I think of rap, I always think of because we're white guys, right? Like we got introduced to rap. Right now, like for me, I really got into Mac Miller maybe 3 years ago, well maybe longer than 3 years ago. When I used to work a weird job and I would just listen to Mac Miller all night. I loved what he did, and I think it's cool that it's normal now, that it's not just like a
It's not just Eminem, you mean?
yeah, exactly. There's a lot of guys that
Yeah.
are stepping up, like MGK, we were saying, and Mac Miller, and Logic, for instance. Well, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't say Logic's like a white guy, but man, some really good. I'm not a huge into the mumble rap, mind you. That's not
I'm not in the mumble rap at all.
I don't see the artistic form with that when it's just ma, 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 or when guys pay gangs to raise my street cred, and then those gangs end up ripping me off and heisting me and kidnapping me. No rappers pointed.
I think it's a matter of being able to find your voice. There was a really good podcast. I can't remember who he had on, but it was with Rogan, and he was talking about white rap artists, how they have to find their voice. Snow, he went a
my
little
gosh.
reggae, right, and then MGK, he's way different than what you'd hear for Eminem and that. I think he is anyway. But like, was that part of your process too? Was like when you're writing a song or when you were just first starting out, like, you know, how am I gonna stand out amongst, you know, the other random artists that are in the area?
Oh yeah, for sure. I even think about that like to this day, how to like what's the next move for me and what song should I do first, and I even try to think about what I'm going to do for like live performances and stuff like that. It's definitely, you want to stand out for sure, because you want people to remember you. You don't want
Right.
people, oh, that one rapper was pretty good.
But he sounds like everybody else, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The other thing too is like, if you think about it now, when I know when I was in school, like, and I know you as well, Jared, when we went home, you could turn on channel 29 and you could watch a music video. And now I don't think anybody's
Who
watching
watches
TV.
music videos?
Right?
Oh, yeah. I only watch music videos.
Right?
Okay.
But are you watching them on TV, or are you watching them on YouTube and on
YouTube.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Right?
YouTube.
And you can't. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, what channel was that? It was like Much TV or something like that.
Right.
And they play music videos.
Yep,
and
Much
people,
Music,
like,
man.
pay to see-
And because
Yeah.
in the States it was Vivo, right?
Vivo?
Yeah.
I thought it was MTV.
Vivo. Well, Vivo as well. Vivo.
I don't
might
even
be
know
new.
what the hell. I don't even know what the hell MTV has come to nowadays.
Oh, now it's just ridiculousness.
Now it's
and,
weird.
Something that's like, for something that's music television, there's
Yeah.
hardly any music.
It's
Yeah, no.
14-year-olds getting pregnant in gypsies. That's what it is.
You leave the whores alone.
Who the hell wants to see that shit? Like, I don't
Yeah, it's like, how is this entertaining? Like, check out my crib. Like, MTV Crib's like, oh, okay, here we go.
The
I
prostitute.
don't even. That's probably like 10 years ago. MTV Cribs. I don't even know what's on there.
The
All I
prostitute's
know is
pregnant
that
again.
when they let Jackass go on MTV, that's all that mattered.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't even actually. Did they let? Was it MTV Jackass? Was it the
yeah,
same thing?
yeah. Jackass was on MTV.
Or is it
before they-
CKY or something? No, CKY wasn't. That wasn't on MTV. Anyway, we're off track again.
Do you get so where I was going with that? Do you get like a lot of tread with, like, when you release a video for a music video for a song, like on Instagram, like on a story, or when you put it out and then you notice it on YouTube, or do you notice it just mostly on Instagram and then not a whole lot on YouTube?
Usually I go looking for them. Really.
No, I mean, sorry, when you release.
Oh, when I release a
Ghost
music
and-
video?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah. So if I release a music video, first I would upload it to YouTube, then get all my social medias updated with all that stuff.
And then just like little teaser clips, so that way, and if they
Yeah.
want to see the rest of it, go to YouTube.
Yeah.
Why,
And
Ernie? Are you
have
looking
you-
for-
have
be
you-
a rapper? Is that what you're trying to ask him all these questions?
I got a name for you. It's called MC Fuck Off.
Jesus Christ.
MC Chicken in the corner.
No, I'm just so for real, man. Like, just like Ernie and I, we've had podcasts before. We talked about music. We don't need to get into it. People know, but like, I feel like you have like it's a dark genre. It's like a darker genre. I'm not gonna say emo because that's
mellow.
lame.
Mellow.
It's like emo's like it's like a really like.
I've got people asking me if I was an emo rapper. So
I wouldn't say emo, but it's like a darker, but like
Not even goth. I
but
wouldn't
if
go
you-
goth.
Like, that's kind of like a trend right now with even TV shows. Like, it's like a dark TV show like Game of Thrones or something where like the bad guys win. Like, you know, like the good guys lose.
Are you
Like,
saying he's a bad guy?
I'm saying it's a darker themed rap. He's not rapping like Who Let the Dogs Out.
He's not saying he's not. Yeah.
No, he's not. That's not even rap.
The skunk out.
You know what I mean? Like, it's just like that's like your genre, man. That's why I don't know.
Yeah.
Speak a little bit of wisdom into it. Not that I want to say that I know everything, but like that's just what I've heard. Like,
Do you have a style that you try and stick to, or do you feel like you need to kind of ride the wave of what people are into and what people are listening
I
to
feel
more
like
of?
it's, the way I did it. I kind of do I kind of try a style that's been like getting popular, and then I would try to make it my own.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I just keep copying other people's styles, it's not going to be like
no.
anything like ear catching or anything.
Mm-hmm. Well, if you're looking for what's popular, you got to get some Cardi B.
Yeah.
So do you listen to Mercules?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think it's interesting how he recently got big because of that cover song. Like he covers a lot of songs, but I think he got pretty big when he did that country song. He did a good job.
Old Town Road.
He did a good job, but like he did a cover and like, but he came out with some tracks after like it wasn't so good. He came out with that single yesterday. I think he dropped a new single yesterday. It was pretty good.
Jeremy.
What?
So I was waiting to release this, but
Yeah.
we have a surprise for number 25. It's funny that you mentioned Mercules.
Surprise for number 25? What do you mean?
We might have a surprise guest
For who?
for channel number 25 of our podcast. For our,
We're
our
on
1
number
year.
29
for
right now.
For number 30.
What do you mean?
Mercules.
No.
No, I'm just kidding.
You fucking idiot. You fucking idiot. I don't believe you. You're always full of shit. You said 25. We're on podcast.
We're having Cardi B.
We're... Is she coming into the studio?
Yeah,
Oh,
wow,
boy.
we got to get a bigger seat.
Yeah.
We're going to push 2 together.
Oh my god.
You might want to be here for that one.
Yeah. It'll be pleasant for the eyes and the ears.
Oh, yeah. She doesn't get to sit.
Oh my god.
She's going to be, what's that lazy
All
Susan?
right, let's move on here. Oh my god, Ernie.
Would you ever release like an actual vinyl? Is that something like once you get farther down the line, maybe would that be something that would interest you, like an actual vinyl album?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I know Jeremy's into that kind of stuff, vinyls and that.
Shut up. You're such a dick. He's into that vinyl crap.
It's actually kind of funny how vinyls are actually coming back now.
Oh yeah.
He's such an asshole. I'm sorry. Oh my god. It's like, so the quality is way better. Like you could hear so much better. Ernie's just being a complete prick about it because he's. Oh my god. Sorry, man. He's just like he's such a prick. Oh Jesus. So I guess we gotta ask, like, so you're planning on the mixtape coming out. Is that you're thinking more live events and more stuff in the next year, or what's coming up for you?
Yeah, definitely more stuff in the next year for sure. I'm definitely, after I drop this mixtape and probably get most of the singles that I have done out there, I'm probably going to be a little bit MIA for a bit. Then that's probably when I'm going to start try to do actual full length album and to put on the iTunes and stuff like that.
Yeah, man.
So because it's free copyright music you're using now, you can't. Can you actually sell it, or is that why you can't?
There's some ones that are like you can't sell it. It has to be free because the people that make beats are like trying. That's like how they're making a living right now. And there's some people that do free for use, but usually I just put it out for free just because. If I want to sell something, I just want to make sure it's 100% mine, so I don't get
right.
It's also a little bit of pride in there too.
So the mixtape, your mixtape you're putting out is going to be a free mixtape. Is that something that it's all going to be digital? Like, have you thought about like CDs, or is that just kind of nobody really has them anymore? Like I know nobody has them anymore. I think
I'm just going to see how it does online before I even think about maybe spending some money and get some CDs out.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll promote it, man. So you should put some stuff out. I really enjoy your rap, and I think you're doing some good stuff. Keep it up. I really enjoyed it.
Man,
yeah,
thanks.
it's really, really good. So, any more live stuff coming up we can look forward to in the area?
Not sure. I don't really have anything planned out right now, but definitely will let you know in the
when
future.
you do, like, make sure you let people know we can come out and support.
Yeah.
Like, you do some good stuff, man. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, the music is good. Now you did you start making music when you went to London, when you went to school there, or was it before that?
Actually, I did. I started making music in high school. I did writing rap for a long time, and then as soon as I was in high school, I just started to do the whole recording stuff, and I did a few songs. Then I did a EP. Then I went to college, and then I released the 2 singles, which was Ghosts and Lovely Spirits, and now I'm back home. I'm more working on stuff from here, from my house and stuff like that.
So when you first went out to perform, was that the first time that you've been out like performing in front of people before? Is that like the first
In
time
London
you've done
when
that?
you did that?
No. When you went to perform as a rap artist.
Yeah.
As Wicked Vibe, yeah. I was in a few bands and we played in front of people for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I did acoustic, like a coffee shop acoustic thing in high school. So yeah, when I did, that my first live performance as Wicked Vibe was kind of familiar, and I kind of knew what I was going to do.
And were you nervous going into that, or was that?
Yeah, I think anybody's nervous when they go into that. When you're when you don't really perform as much as some people do, and you're starting out, but usually it's nervous for the first song, and then after that, the nerves will be all gone, and I just go and do all the songs, and then try and make it a good show for people.
Yeah, like as long as your dad's not standing in front of you, you just picture everybody naked.
Yeah.
How did it go? How did your first gig go?
It went well. It went actually really good.
Did you not watch the videos? It's on your Instagram.
I'm asking for him.
Yeah.
On his standpoint.
Are they on your Instagram, man?
Yeah, I have a few clips from my Instagram.
It sounded really good, like for real. Like it sounded
Thanks, man.
really good. Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
No, you don't release garbage. I'll give you that. Like it's decent music, and that's the nice thing too. Like it's not like you're releasing a new track on Instagram every day. So the stuff that we get to listen to is really, really good.
Yeah. I don't really rush songs and stuff. If it does, I have a few people that I listen to before I post it, and they pretty much tell me if it's okay to put online or if it shouldn't be out.
Well, if you're looking for an audience, we're always here.
Yeah, man, I'm always down to hearing your stuff. Like it's really, really good. Like I said, I've been listening to your stuff for maybe a couple years now. I think when I first started hearing your stuff, I heard from your stepdad or your dad there. Yeah, it's good stuff.
Yeah, Joe actually mentioned it. He was when we were asking. We were talking to him a while ago, and he was saying that you were what you were up to, and to go check out some of your stuff. And we're like, oh shit, okay.
You also have a really good beard game going on too.
Oh yeah.
I should hook you up with some of the free swag we got from Always Bearded. Do you still go out to Barber Pole and go see Tony?
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, next time you're gonna go over there, I got some free stuff kicking around. I'll come over and I'll drop off some beard stuff for you.
All right.
I'll hook you up. We got a lot of it. We got a lot of fertilizer. I'm just kidding. Oh Jesus. Anyway, man. So thanks for coming on the podcast. We'll let you go.
Is there anything that you right now that you want to promote or subscribe or anything like that too?
Well, You'll Flow 2 is out now.
Yes, it's awesome on SoundCloud, right?
On SoundCloud under Wicked Vibe.
I'll post when we post this podcast. I'm
gonna do 2 separate ones. So I'll have one for yourself, and I'll make it separate, like where it's just your picture with your track.
Yeah, and I'll put a link to it for your track. That'd be awesome.
And it's people can get it on was it YouTube and SoundCloud? Is there anything else?
I have Instagram.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but to get the track, sorry.
Oh, to get the tracks. No, I think it's just YouTube and SoundCloud right now.
Right.
Can you download it from SoundCloud, or can you only stream it?
Yeah. I made sure there's an option where you can download it from SoundCloud.
So then, where can you play that from? Like I've got the Schmite phone, and
see, I just downloaded it right now.
Yeah.
Actually, on SoundCloud, you can actually share the song.
Yeah, but what is it? What can you play it from though?
Anything.
Like, does it just play it from my files?
Yeah.
I've done it where I can. Usually, I would download it on my laptop and then just bring it over to my phone. I've done that before.
Okay.
Yeah, but you have a
phone. Yeah, like with my phone, I kind of like stream online songs from SoundCloud. So usually, I just play off with streaming.
Mm-hmm.
Is it? Have you looked into putting it on Spotify?
I haven't looked into Spotify yet, but I am definitely
Yeah, because
going to.
it's pretty easy. Like to put the podcast on there. Well, pretty easy. It's like took us a long time to get that RSS feed, but like it's a really cool place to put out like production stuff and podcasts and music, and it just makes it more accessible. Not that SoundCloud isn't accessible, but like just good to have more options.
I get people like, when are you gonna put it on iTunes? I don't use SoundCloud. I don't know how this works.
Yeah, takes
yeah,
a little bit of rummaging around, but we'll make sure people know where they can find your stuff. And next time you have something going on with live, we'd love to hear about it, or anything else you're going to be releasing. We can give you a hand releasing it too. Just telling our listeners about it.
Get some merch too.
Yeah. Sound good, man?
Doesn't want to talk to us anymore.
Yeah, he's done. Nope. Yo.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Winner, chicken dinner. Okay.
Fucking thing. Anyway, we just wanted to say goodbye, and thanks for coming on the podcast, man. Really appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Thanks, man. That was a lot of fun.
And anytime you need anything promoted or anything, you just let us know, and we'll be happy to do that for you. What?
Do you think the phone would use less? Yeah, well, we can't use your phone, never mind, because you don't have the plug. The plug for a headphone. How would we plug a headphone jack into your phone? You don't have the little fucking thing to go on the bottom of your phone. Yours apparently was a magic phone that didn't come with it.
No, it didn't. It didn't. Why would I lie about that?
You Captain Fibs.
What do you want to do now?
Well, we could try calling him Melo.
Hey guys, so here we just spoke with rap artist Wicked. It's a Wicked Vibe.
Wicked
He was such a cool guy.
Vibes.
So now we're gonna have another conversation with another rap artist from the KW area, and he goes by the rap name Melo.
MC Melo.
How's it going, man?
How's it going, buddy?
Thanks for coming on the podcast.
All right, thank you, man, for having me.
I was, it's funny, I was telling my brother how you and I actually met, and the funny part is, I don't think we've ever actually, we play ball hockey together. I don't even think, have we played on the same team once yet?
No.
No, I was
Not
saying
once.
that's so funny, because, like, we're so friendly. Like, you'll stand in front of me, you're screening me, and you're like, hey, man, how's it going? We're having a conversation, and the ball will be on the opposite side of the ring. You're like, yeah, what are you saying? I'm like, nah, not too much. What are you saying? And we'll have, like, a conversation. The game's still going on. We're talking. But, yeah, I was saying, I think it's hilarious, because you and I have never been on the same team, but we're, like, friendly as heck.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, man. I think I played against you on every team you've been on, though.
Yes, yes. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. So yeah, just I had no idea that Ernie knew all these rappers. So how did you get into rapping? How was that a thing for you?
Well, hip hop in general was just a big culture that impacted me. My brothers were a big part of it, and then growing up, always going down to the basement, they were listening to it and kind of writing and performing, right? So monkey see, monkey do, I want to be like my older bros. So I started writing. I was like 13, 14, just writing, right? Nothing really big, nothing that I would brag about now, but still pretty impressive for a kid to pick up a pad and a pen and start writing. And there, just, music's always been something that I followed through. In high school, I performed in a cafeteria a couple times. I performed on stage in front of the crowd at a fashion show we were having at our school. So stage was always something that I wanted to do. Music was always something that I was drawn to. With the whole performing after, that all came like after I went through a whole like period of time where, going down was just the only way I was going. So it kind of leveled me out. Performing for people. Yeah, like I opened, my first show was I was a hype man for one of my boys. And we opened up for a Raekwon concert. And man, it was awesome. It was great. Yeah.
Oh my God,
first
dude.
time.
From like
Me
Wu-Tang.
being a hip hop fan. Yeah.
Oh
yeah,
my
Raekwon
God.
from Wu-Tang.
Oh my God.
So being a huge hip hop fan, I didn't really know Marmel yet. I didn't know them, but I met them that night. And it was a group of boys, a group of dudes that, they all had their own specific abilities where they were able to spit. So me being the person I am, like you said, I'm a very friendly person. I like to socialize. Started talking, shot the shit, and finally I did another show with two other people, but I was performing this time. So this was my first show ever performing. We were opening up. Do you know who Kaniva is?
No, I'm
No,
not
I've
familiar.
never heard of them. Sorry.
He's a member from D12.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not.
If you search up D12, you'll see all the members.
Mhm.
His name's Kaniva.
Okay.
First show, halfway through my second song, my fucking mic went out. So I started.
Oh.
Yeah, right. I'm nervous as hell already. I have anxiety, so the shit's just kicking in, and mic cuts off. I'm like, what the fuck do I do?
Oh shit.
Just rap. I started screaming my shit out as loud as I could, and that drew the attention of Suspect. He was the main person in Marmel. He's the one who put it all together. And he told me if I ever wanted to record, give him a call, and he's got a studio he can record me at. That's when everything pretty much started. That was about 5-6 years ago.
And are you still with Marmel? Like who are they, like, exactly? Like, are they just like a group of guys that like are they like a D12 kind of group? Like, is it like that, or are they their own
in
kind
a
of
sense,
thing?
like, yeah, like a Wu-Tang. Like, you know what I mean? When you think of Wu-Tang, you think of a group of people. And in the group Marmel, there was a squad of people. There was Suspect, Vision, Big Gat, Singer Fraz, Sonny D, Matt Mowers, and they had a beat maker, producer, May I. So they had like a big crew of people. Suspect was like the general, you know what I mean? Like, he was the guy I went to record. They went to record. He had the studio set up.
Wow.
He got everybody's foot in the door. Like, if it wasn't for Suspect, and I big him up all the time, if it wasn't for Suspect, a lot of us wouldn't be rapping on stage the way we are.
So is he more of a promoter, or is he a producer as well?
Well, he's everything, man. He raps. He does produce people's stuff. He doesn't make beats though, but he does, like, he'll record my shit, mix it all up, do all the equalizing, do all the mixing. My first mixtape was all produced by Suspect. All the beats were all taken from SoundCloud and shit, but all of it was produced by Suspect. He did the whole album. So,
sorry, the beats were like from shareware and things like that, or where did you get them from?
Yeah, SoundCloud. You just go on SoundCloud or YouTube, and you know, I don't know if you guys have ever done it before, but a lot of people who are into doing that stuff, they'll go on YouTube, type in rap instrumentals or hip hop instrumentals or dope beats, hot beats, whatever, right? Just to kind of just to get a feel for some music to write to. And if you find something that clicks, you grab it. My mixtape, I didn't sell one copy. When people offered me money, I told them, buy me a shot. You know what I mean? I didn't really, I wasn't trying to, you know, I'd rather a shot or a beer than give me your $5, because I wasn't trying to make any money off the mixtape. I just wanted my music to get out there.
Yeah, the
one person hears it. That's all I need.
right. Like, that's actually how we got our intro music first. I was looking on YouTube for basically for free instrumental music, and I found a beat that I liked, and we ended up using that for a little bit. And then I was looking at it, and it did say copyright free, but I was like, I don't know, this is kind of not to use to name drop, but it's kind of suspect. So I was like, I reached out to Instagram and our followers to see if anybody else had some instrumental tracks or some beats that they would be willing to let us use for intro music. And our good friend Chris, actually, he was a performing artist as well. I'm thinking we might get Chris to come on the podcast as well. Basically, he sent us some really, really good tracks that he had been working on, that he'd been sitting on for a while, and he's like, hey man, he's like, if you're looking for some music, I got some music for you, and he sent it to us. And when this comes out, you have to listen to the intro music. I'm very, very impressed with it. I wish I could pull that off with being able to let you listen to it now. I don't know how I'd do that. I don't have my phone, but no, it turned out really, really well. But I'm always interested in like how guys are finding like their instrumental tracks. But you said that Marmel has a guy that's his main job is producing instrumental tracks, like background tracks.
Oh yeah, they have like now they probably have several. They probably have a bunch of producers. Like I don't know how many exactly, but I know a bunch of people from the States. I know Suspect Connected in Australia once performed up there, and he's got connections up there now too. So they did have one guy who produced mainly all their beats, and then another guy whose name is Know It. He's a very good boom bap type hip hop beat maker, where he gives you that old feeling of hip hop too.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been making a lot of beats lately for a lot of the boys. And a lot of these guys, like for me to make an album, then I would go and spend the money on beats, because then these are now my beats and this is my album. I want money for it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
For a mixtape, that's pure promotion. Like for your show, it's different. If you're getting paid or whatever, getting views, and then you get the money, then they're gonna say something. You know what I mean? Like eventually they will say something. But for me, for my mixtape, all those beats that I have, all the names are called out in the song, so all the tags are kind of shouted out in every song. You know what I mean? So every beat maker gets their promotion in every track that I have. But for these guys that are making beats, like Marmel's album didn't have any tags in it. They didn't have no producer shouting out any tags, because they were all beats that were bought or given.
Mm-hmm.
So I know what you mean by that. It's hard sometimes to kind of like, shit, should I use this beat? Because what if, you know what I mean?
Right.
What if something does come back to me, or what if it does become a big track and everyone's like, yo, this is a good song? But for me, I don't know. I don't really release a lot of stuff on YouTube. I have the SoundCloud. It's all free, right?
Mm-hmm. Well, that's the thing too with YouTube as crazy regulated as it is now. Like, even when we put out stuff, like we can't play a track or something in the background, and we can't do like certain things. Like I wanted to get like Jeremy was going to shake his head, but I was going to get like a soundboard and I was going to play music, but we can't do it.
That'd be so cool, man.
I know. Yeah, well, because they monetize things, and like so big, like even big YouTubers. If they put out a video, they can't even have like more than 30 seconds of a song on there. They demonetize the video or tell them to take it down. Like, it's like even like someone's video of something else, like they can't even play it. Like I know in Joe Rogan's podcast, they try to play a video and they're like, "Can we play this video? Or are we gonna get taken down?"
Mm-hmm. It's always like, "Jamie, can we play that?"
Yeah. So
and that's the thing. In the beginning of my mixtape, it's an Ultimate Warrior, his last speech ever said on TV, right? And I used that as my intro for my first mixtape. And for me, it's like, I could probably get, if I was selling this thing, if this was something I was putting out there, $5 for a copy, whatever, I could see me getting a lot of shit for using that, right? But for me, not selling, like, I didn't make a dime off of it, man. There was no money made. It shows that I performed at. I kind of, like, you can make money, but I want people to come. So you kind of promote in a different way.
So what did you grow up listening to? I know you said you were listening with your brother, and what was some of the rappers that you grew up with?
Off the top of the head, it would be like Big Pun, Wu-Tang. Tupac was huge. Tupac and Biggie obviously were big, but at the time where I was getting into it, Pac had already, like, he had just died, and then Biggie died a year after. So, like, for me, my biggest influence obviously was Eminem, being as I'm a white rapper and whatnot, but it was the creativity from his writing. The man was a wizard with words, right? And then I don't know if you guys ever heard of a guy named Big L.
That sounds familiar.
It does sound familiar. I'd have to Google it. Jamie, look it up.
Really good artist. He, if it wasn't for him, guys like Jay-Z probably wouldn't have the style that they have. He came up with this whole, like, it was like a swag to his rap, right? He was another guy I listened to almost every day. I'd walk to high school. You guys remember the CD Walkmans?
Oh yeah.
You put it, okay. I'd stick one of those in my pocket, press play, and then I'd let the CD play, right? So you didn't get the ability to listen to 100 songs unless you brought more CDs with you. And I only had so much pocket space, so I brought one CD. You listen to that damn CD all day.
Yep.
I had a long
memorize
walk
the
home.
words, memorize the songs. You know the ones you want. So for me, it was Big L, Big Pun, Tupac, Biggie, and then Eminem came along, and that was it.
Yeah. I remember when that first song came out. What was it? Is it The Real Slim Shady, Please Stand Up?
Yeah.
I remember
Yeah,
losing
yeah.
my mind when I heard that song. I was like, this is awesome. I'm like, this is so awesome. And then it took over, right? It was just like Eminem for that whole summer. And then when Dre came out with that the 2000 album,
Oh yeah.
that just like it was
Yeah.
so huge. And then
I think I wore that CD out. I think I ended up getting 2 of them.
you can't wear a CD.
Same, buddy. Yeah.
Can't what?
You can't wear a CD out.
Such
Yes,
a
you can.
classic.
You can wear a CD out.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Yes, you
Anyway.
can. If you drop the CD.
Yeah, it's because you scratch the shit out of it. Yeah. So you said you got in with the Marmel guys. Did you grow up in the same high school that they went to? Because those guys all went to the same high school, right?
Yeah, like Suspect actually grew up on Marmel Street. Like that's where he lived. That's where the name Marmel came from. But I went to Glenview. They're a few years older than me. Like my best friend Vision, he's a year older. Suspect is I think a few years older than us as well. So when like they went to school in different areas. I think they went to GCI if I'm wrong. I could be wrong, totally wrong, but I know that Vision ain't even from here. He was from Ottawa and then Toronto, and then came down to Kitchener after. So he didn't go to school around here.
Okay.
Me, I went to Glenview, right? So
Yeah. I told you it was kind of funny that Suspect and I played T-ball together.
yeah, I don't. You told me that. I was like, holy fuck, are you kidding me?
Small world.
Yeah.
Small world. I was like, I know that guy and I know that guy. I'm looking on Instagram and I was like, so last time I saw him. So during
What a dedicated member, eh?
Yeah.
He remembers his teammates from T-ball,
Yep.
bro. That's fucking
Yep.
dedication.
Well, and after that, like we had I think he and I worked at like a restaurant job and like, yeah, it was kind of funny. But yeah, I was like, oh, that's my T-ball guy. That was one of our conversations while we were supposed to be playing ball hockey.
So, do you do a lot of your performing with those guys, or do you half with those guys, some on your own? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, well, every show that I've done, Suspect has been the guy to get. Like, I don't really work with a lot of people because a lot of people will like to dick you around. They like to charge you $300-$400 for a show that's, you know.
Hang
you're
on,
paying
charge
the
you?
artist.
Sorry, did you say charge you?
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah. You have to. Yeah, a lot of these shows you'll have to pay for, right? Like the Obi Trice show, I had to pay for that show to buy tickets, buy the VIP shit and all the posters and all the flyers. I had to pay for a package to buy all that stuff.
What?
'Cause it was
To
a
be
big
on
artist.
to be on the card for yourself to be on the card, you had to pay.
Yes, sir. To be an opening act on that show.
Dear God in heaven.
Wow.
So if you sell all the tickets, you make your money back, no problem. If you sell like everything per price, you make $150. But again, like I told you, I'm not in it really for the money, man. I would pay to play because I wanted people to hear my music. Now I'm at a stage where I'm like, yo, $300 is a lot to fucking perform when I could go on the street corner after and perform and people will listen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just a matter of the networking. Networking is a big thing when it comes to, you guys know this, when it comes to this social, networking is the biggest.
Yep.
That's how you get your name out there. That's
Yep.
how people see you. You're all over their Facebook page, all over their Instagram, you know.
And that was honestly the first thing that Jeremy and I talked about when we started this podcast was like, we were like, we're going to go on here and talk about random bullshit. We're like, no, you know what? We've got some really interesting people. We know a whole lot of people. Let's get them on. Let's let them tell their story as well because I know how interesting they are, but not everybody else does. Let's get them on. Let's hear it.
Like we did that couple thing where we talked a little bit of just like both of us like just hanging out and laughing, but really we just, like I've said this before, we were a guest on a podcast maybe like a month ago. We just like hearing people's stories, you know, like we just like you said, connecting and like we like, and then everybody just grows. Everybody gets better. We promote each other. We shut each other out. And that's just how, just positive. It's a positive thing. You're not spending, I'm not asking you $300 to come on my podcast. You know what I mean?
No, it was only
Exactly.
$295. We made it a deal.
Yeah, it was a large double.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's kind of funny that you said about your promotion that you're doing, where you're handing out your content for free. I was actually, I'm going to mention Joe Rogan again, but he was saying that Kevin Hart actually was giving away tickets to his shows, and like he was just making it, and his main thing was his main concern was getting his content out there so people could hear it. That way, eventually, when he gets a bit larger of an audience and things like that, like his audience would be already big enough that it would be like, oh shit, like we got to go see this guy for free. He was amazing. I'd pay to go see him again, kind of thing.
Yeah, like, and that's the way I feel for it. Where it's like, you know, if I perform at a show that I paid for, and that Obi Trice show, mind you, there was about 300-400 people when I was on that stage. There was more after I got off, but 300-400 people. That was the biggest fucking crowd I've ever seen.
Wow.
That was like my 5th show. I was used to like, you know, the biggest crowd I had was about 100 people. That was awesome. Packed in a place, sweat dripping everywhere. You know, your shirt's drenched like you just got a bucket of water on you. But the atmosphere, the environment was insane. But 300-400 people, holy shit! I was like, wow.
So,
what am I gonna do? Don't fuck up.
that was the largest one you've done. Were you like, I know you performed before, but when you saw the ticket sales and you saw like the door to see how many people were there, did you get a little bit of like a little bit of butterflies when you went to go on stage?
Anxiety.
Yeah.
Oh fuck yeah! Anxiety kicked in. I don't care who tells you, no, bro. No, you're not calm as shit. You've seen all those people. You're like, I can't fuck up, man. Like, what if they don't like my stuff? Mm-hmm. What if they think that I'm whack? What if they think I'm just some wannabe white Eminem rapper just trying to be somebody I'm not? And I was thinking all these things in my head. But as soon as the music hit, I can't, like, to express sometimes to people, it sounds funny, but you black out, man. The music kicks in, you black out, and I turn into MC Melo, and that's it. I start performing. Don't fuck up nothing. I'm so used to doing it by myself that I actually had a hype man at that show. So it's nice to stop, take a breath for a minute, sip of water, and then go back and start rapping, right?
So I don't even know what that is. A hype man is just someone who comes on stage with you. What is that like? What is that?
Yeah,
role?
like have you ever seen a hip hop show or a person perform?
Yeah.
They always have a buddy with them who's like double up their lyrics sometimes, or will say the hook for them, or big up the crowd so he can go, you know what I mean, take a quick little breaths, just spit 4 songs in a row, kind of dry mouth, take a sip of water, you know what I mean?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
So the hype man's usually that guy who backs you up. Usually that guy who will make that song a little bit more of a jump for you to get the crowd involved. That was the first thing I ever did. Like I said, when I hopped on stage with my buddy, his name's Licks. And when I hopped on stage with him, I was just a hype man. I wore a mask so people couldn't see my face, but my hat said MC Melo on it, so you know who I was.
Interesting.
I got a question for you. So MC Melo, I know MC is Master of Ceremonies. Is that what you use it as, or is it have a different meaning for you?
No, it's the same thing. MC is actually spelled EM.
Yeah, EMC. Yeah.
Yeah. So instead of me putting the whole thing, I did old school MC Hammer, MC Shan. You know what I mean? I just took the MC because I'm not a rapper, so to say. Like, I can rap. I'm a hip hop artist. Mm-hmm. I'm so to separate from a rapper to an artist will paint you a picture. I'll give you a song that you can actually feel, man. You're like, oh shit, I can feel that, you know? Like, as to a rapper who will make you, you know, a rap song is a good song that'll hype you up, you know, what the fuck's that song? Shots. That's a rap song, you know what I mean? All he's talking about is drinking and taking shots.
Yeah.
It's a good rap song.
Dancing around his underwear.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Give me some underwear and give me a bottle of vodka. I'm ready to drink, man.
Oh, man.
Holy shit. But as for me, like that whole aspect of hip-hop artists, it's something that you can feel. Something that, so for me, MC is very fitting for someone who is like that. It's old school, but that's what I grew up on, right? That's what I was taught.
So I know we asked you before the podcast, but so when So it's what was the group's called again?
Marmel.
Marmel
Yep.
was also a part of this group that I did a little bit of research into. Was the Battle Axe Warriors, which was kind of started by that guy. I can't remember his name.
What was the
Mad Child.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Mad Child. So I know that he was part of Swollen Members years ago when we were growing up in the '90s, and then he kind of started his own thing. So I know is Marmel still a part of that like Battle Axe Warriors kind of like?
And are you part of that as well?
No, like when we first started, again, this was like years ago, man, 5 years ago maybe. It was totally different. Like it was something that was kind of. We did food drives, we did coat drives, clothing drives, a lot of charity drives. We did a lot of shows for charity, raised toys for the Sick Kids Hospital. Like we did a lot of good things in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Then I felt like when I was watching this, it was turning into a fan club, turning into like we had to look like a gang. Like this is just my personal opinion. This is not anybody else's.
Yeah.
My own opinion on it.
Yeah.
I felt like I was in a gang now. Everybody's got vests and skeletons, and you know, I'm not. I don't know. I'm not about that, man. I'm about having a family and taking care of everybody, but I don't want to go out there with a vest on or anything to have someone else think that I'm part of something that I'm not. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, when
And
you start
to
throwing
me,
when you start throwing patches on a vest and walking around in a group with the patch on a vest, unless it's something, because I've done a lot of research on MCs, like 1% groups. And I was really, really bored at work the one day, and I had about 3 hours to sit there. So I'm like, I want to read into the difference between like nomad groups and like 1%er groups. You can get yourself in a lot of trouble, especially in our area, if you put the wrong stuff on your back, and especially in the wrong like positions. Like if you put like top rockers and bottom rockers and like certain things on vests are not a good thing to do.
So you understand where I'm coming from with all this.
100%.
That's why everything. It was like this was like 2 years ago too, where it was like I was only in it maybe for 3 years, man. And like I said, the beginning was good. I networked with a lot of people, met a lot of people, but I was like, you know what? This isn't what I wanted it to be about. I wanted it to be about the music, the positivity, the growth of everybody. I met people who are graffiti artists, photographers. It was awesome, man. It was like, yo, there's a lot of good people that are getting signaled. Like even when I would get asked online or from family members, who's this gang you're in?
Yeah.
I'm not in a gang.
Jesus.
You see all the boys with all the vests and all the patches. That's the first thing they think of, and it's fine. You know, everyone's going to stereotype. You gotta expect that.
Mm-hmm.
So
I put myself in that position.
Yeah. Did you guys have to pay to get into that though?
No, nothing like that. Well, yeah, people did. Like there was, you have to pay a package for people who weren't doing something like, let's say, I'm gonna label it as like fans, of the fans. They had to pay for a package, and that package included like their vest patches and a scarf or whatever, a bandana and a flag. So it came with a whole package, right? But for guys who were like, for me, when I first joined it, I joined it with Suspect. Like he was already in it and he got me in it. I got a whole package and everything. I didn't really pay anything for that. So it was more or less the food drives and everything that was like the stuff that would cost us money, because we would put money towards it to do shows or to buy things or whatever, right?
Yeah, you saw it as more of a hang around, a brotherhood kind of thing, a group of guys that are you know, like-minded on hip-hop and all that, but you know, willing to do stuff in the community, right?
Movement.
Right.
Yeah, like it was a movement. But hip-hop is a movement. So I thought this was a movement. I thought this was going to be a part of something that, you know, pushes something further, not makes me look like everyone look at me like I'm this type of person. I'm not. When you listen to my music, I'm not a hard rapper. Like I got some songs where you're like, holy shit, yeah, he's coming nice on this. Then I got some songs where you're like, holy fuck, dude, you were in some shit. You know what I mean? Like I felt that, man. Goddamn. But with a lot of people, it was a different look for me, and I didn't like that look. That's not what the music's about to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That it had nothing to do with. I didn't need nobody to push me ahead For me, I'll do it myself.
Yeah.
If that's what you guys want to do, you guys wear your patches, wear your vest. I'm sorry, but I'm out of it. I'm gonna do music my way.
Yeah. So, where do you get a lot of your like stuff for your music from? What's your inspiration for what you do?
Well, inspiration comes from everywhere for me. Like it's funny, but imagination is a motherfucker, right? And then I get high a lot, so I smoke a lot of weed. When I smoke a lot of weed,
It's legal. You're
sitting here
okay.
by yourself. Yeah, you sit here with thoughts, and I can't really explain how, but sometimes you'll just think of something, whether it be a good thing or a bad thing. Something will always spark. Usually, an instrumental will spark a feeling in me. So whether I've been like normally, if you've had a pretty shitty month or a pretty shitty couple of months, you're not going to be in the best state of mind. So your stuff that you write down might be a bit, deep. It might be a little more depressing, so to say.
Yeah.
As to oppose if, you just got a raise at work, you just met some hot girl, and, you're going to be happy. You're going to be in more of a positive mind state. So it all depends on kind of how life's going, man. I write a lot about life in general, because that's all I know is life.
Yeah, it's your life. So
Yeah,
I know I've listened to a lot of it's Mad Child. Like he doesn't put out positive music. Like so like I hear what you're saying, but I also like
That's an understatement.
but you know what I mean? Like
He has a song called Dickhead. I think that's...
don't they call him like the angry gremlin or something? They call him or something?
Yeah,
So
they call something like that.
So like he's not like a positive guy. Like it doesn't seem like it's like a positive thing. You know what I mean? But am I wrong in saying that?
No, not at all. Like it's a different kind of rap, right? Like it's a horrorcore type rap. That's a lot of people love that style of rap. The man he does come up with pretty creative line. Like I'm not gonna lie, he can write some good bars, man. I used to listen to a few of his songs. I was big on him when he was in Swollen Members.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Yeah.
Like Prevail, I opened up for both of these guys, and I met Mad Child and I met Prevail. Prevail is the best, man. I always liked him since Swollen Members, was always my favorite, and meeting him in person was one of the most humble dudes, man. I have a picture. We're laughing our asses off. I can't even remember what the fuck we were laughing at. We were laughing at something, and somebody caught that picture. To me, that was awesome. Like that was a good time with a dude that I was watching as a kid. With Mad Child, I never got the same vibe, but again, it was a different atmosphere, different environment. I don't know, like whole bunch of shit going on with him himself, right? But I never really listened to a lot of his solo stuff after. So for me, I guess I never really gave it a chance to listen to, but I'm not really into that. I guess as an everyday thing, I don't listen to that type of music every day. I can listen to it. I listen to everything, man. But for me, if you're gonna tell me, hey man, what are you gonna play on your top 10? That's not one of them. He's not one of the artists I'd play on my top 10. Like Chronic 2001, that'd be on my list of top 10 albums that I'd be bumping. You know what I mean? But
yeah, that's cool.
Yeah,
Jeremy likes Baby Shark.
Fuck you.
Loves that song.
Baby Shark. Oh yeah, throw a little bass track on that. But yeah, no, you're right.
I didn't even know what that song was. Somebody played it for me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like, you don't know the Baby Shark? I'm like, and you're looking at me like I'm weird. You're fucking.
I did a remix of it at a wedding because their their little kid wanted to dance. I was like, I made his day. I was so happy. But yeah, no, that's yeah, of course I did. But no. I was really like I say, when I got into the MC thing, I was looking into Marmel and them because I was looking into, after I told you that I knew them, I was looking into them, and then I was Mad Child, and then they got into it with another group I want to say in Winnipeg called Stomp Down. And they're a whole different branch of guys, and some of them are pretty good. There's the one guy Jeremy and I were talking about earlier today, Mercules. He's come a long way. He's another really good another artist like that's kind of started, and it's kind of cool to see where he's come from. He does mostly remixes. I think that's what he got big on. Jared was just remixes and that. But no. I was really surprised though to see like the vests. That was the part that kind of was weird to me, because I'm seeing all these really cool things that that you guys, like, I saw some of the pictures that you were in there that you guys were doing, and it just seemed like that would kind of scare people away from even having you guys as a part of that, because like it's like they're doing really cool things, but I don't know if I want them hanging around at like the
afterwards kind of thing. Like it looks like a biker gang, you know?
Yeah, we're intimidating, man. We're intimidating people.
Yeah. I don't know if
that's the way I felt.
Yeah, what that factor is, like you want to be part of the community, you want to be part of like a positive things, but like I don't know.
We actually, Jeremy and I were part of something that led us into actually a really, really great group of guys that we hang out with now. But it was called the Bearded Villains, and yes, it was because they had beards. But no, it was we were helping support a guy in California so he can buy more ascots and afford dog food for his Great Dane. And we were realizing the Kool-Aid that we were kind of being dipped in, and we moved away from it. And actually, moving away from that and hanging out with the guys that we did now, it's brought me into I don't know if you know this, but I do event DJing on the side. And one of the guys from Shadywood Hooligans that we hang out with, Cash, he got me into it pretty hardcore doing it, and I'm loving it, and I'm using it as a great little side hobby. And now I've branched off into another group of guys that are really, really big in our area that do event DJing, and it's turned into something pretty positive for me from a group of guys that I met on Instagram. And I don't know about you, Jared, but I think they're a great group of guys. They're a family, and that's what we started it out as, and then it turned into a bunch of bullshit.
It's a lot of the same thing like that. I keep forgetting the name. The Axe Warriors. We went into it. We went into the Bearded Villains with this intention of like meeting some cool guys and just having some beers and like just hanging out, and we have like a common, ideals, I guess. But then we just realized that the person who was in charge of it was just basically making money off of us. And we were hyping him up the whole time, and he was like paying his mortgage payments with our money. Like we weren't brothers to him. We were just like a money pit, and that's all that is really. And it's cool. We met people, but like I think like you said, Melo, like you met some guys and you were in it, but like you realized that this is not what you really wanted out of it,
Yeah, and there's the few guys that I still talk to that, they steered away from it too because they realized the same thing. It's all on where you want to go. Mm-hmm. It literally, like, everything is on your reaction. I think half of our decisions in life are all reactions, right? It's how we react to things. I don't really see myself being that type of person to walk out, I'm not a fighter, man. I'm not afraid to get my ass kicked, but I'm not a fighter. You know what I mean? So I'm more to get my music out there. I don't need to intimidate nobody. I don't need nobody to look at me like I'm part of something where you need to listen to my shit. You don't want to listen to it, don't listen to it. I didn't make it, so you have to. Like, you don't have to pay for it. You don't have to pay to come to my show. It's a gift. I was born, let's say we're all born with a gift. I was born with a gift. I want to share it to people. I'm not trying to make people pay for it or do this so that I can put an image on. My image is my image. I'll rock a Bret Hart shirt on stage and rock a John Cena the next show. You know what I mean? Like, wrestling nerd. That's who I am. The battle axe, the skeleton, it's cool if that's what you like, man. If that's what you want to do you. But I didn't want to do that. So like you guys were saying, you seen yourselves being sucked into something where it was like, yo, I don't want to be in this, man. I can't. So it was no disrespect towards the people, but you do your thing and I'm going to do mine.
Yeah. But like you say, though, it's branched into something that's positive, that's productive. Like, these guys from Marmel are not screwing around. Like, I'm seeing the stuff that you guys are doing and like the touring you guys are doing and all the events that you guys are putting on. And it's awesome that you're getting out, getting to perform and getting to do your music, and it's just a lot of fun, eh? Like, especially getting out in the crowds, and especially when the crowds are getting bigger and bigger. Like, it's just, I know, like, I'm playing other people's music, but I know that, like, now when I'm getting into these like beautiful venues and these giant crowds, again, I'm playing other people's music. But even just getting a chance to do that in front of other people, I'm like, Jesus Christ, there's like 300 people in this.
Feels good.
room.
You're performing, right? You got everyone's attention. Everyone's eyes are on you. Their ears are all in your, like I say this in a rap song. I got your ear like Van Gogh. You know what I mean? Like everyone's ears are in my hands right now. Like
That's awesome.
you're listening. Yeah, man. Like you're listening to me. I got you now. So you're gonna listen to whatever I say. If you don't like it, then I'm gonna notice. People will walk away. That's smoke break time. Let's go get a drink. You know what I mean? When they're not dancing no more, that's when you know you're doing something wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's when I put a slow song on.
You're throwing that Marvin Gaye. Everybody goes outside for a smoke. You know, no one wants to get it on right now.
No, they're not into it right now. No. You play a country slow song, and then if they don't jump into that, then you go Marvin Gaye, and if you don't do that, then you're screwed. You just play something you want to hear.
Throw on some Earth, Wind, and Fire. You got everyone on the dance floor.
Yeah. September is always a banger. September. We are family.
Everyone's getting up for
100%.
We are family. Oh my god.
So where's the farthest that you've gone to perform?
For me, oh shit, where was that? Port Elgin. Was it Port Elgin? I've been Port Elgin, Barrie. I won't get into details, but I can't get in the States right now.
Whoops.
So I haven't been able to go tour in the States. So yeah.
You just misplaced your visa,
passport.
right? Yeah, I don't know where it is.
I don't know where my passport is.
Passport. There's
Yeah.
a problem, and then to get a new one, my checkings was in my savings, so I couldn't.
Right. I hate that because it takes too long for my check-ins to my savings.
But then I gotta wait, and then
Right.
about time I wait, everyone's already on tour. There's no point.
And they're a Toronto fan, so they don't let you anywhere if Toronto fans.
Hey, come on!
Hey, I'm a Toronto fan. That's what I'm saying. They don't let us anywhere.
I know they don't want us anywhere.
No,
I've been
they
to
don't.
Montreal once, and I wore my jersey proud walking
Did you?
down that street.
Oh my
I'm
yeah,
surprised you didn't get stabbed or shanked.
Well, I didn't understand anything anyone was saying, but they were saying some nice things to me. That's for
Oh,
sure.
really? Yeah, real nice and loud. They were saying it so you could hear it.
Tabernacle.
I got a bunch of number ones. Everyone said I was number one down there.
Nice.
Must have been they were missing their index finger because they were giving me the middle one. The whole
Yeah.
time. That's
You
so
just kept
good.
looking up the sky. The plane.
Yeah, what are you guys pointing at, man?
Fetch the mesh.
Oh fuck.
Jesus.
No, but Port Elgin, I think, was the farthest that I traveled. It was a tour we did, and we did 3 different shows in 3 nights, and we actually crashed at the promoter's house. There was like 6 of us dudes, 3 of us all slept in fucking little chair couches. One slept on the one couch. Oh fuck, man. Yeah, that was touring isn't fun. It is fun, but it's not fun because the travel sucks and you're tired, and then you got to go be hype. And that's where Red Bull gives you wings, buddy. You drink a Red Bull or a Monster, and that's it. You're ready to go. A couple shots of Jack, and you're warm. So blood's flowing.
do you book them, or do you like? Obviously, I know you work alongside with Marmel as well. Is that like their tour, and then you're part of their bill, or is this stuff that you would be like going and doing by yourself?
No, see, I if I wanted to, I probably could go and network and get myself on different shows. But Suspect's the guy who gets all the shows, and then as soon as he gets a show, he always calls me. I'm like one of the first dudes, if not the first dude. He'll call and say, "Hey, man, you want to be on a show?" And I'm like, "Yeah, perfect. We got 3-4 coming up. Let me know what you can do." So we're trying to work around my work schedule. I still got the 9 to 5, right? So
Yeah, you gotta pay the bills, right?
yeah, I do like wearing clothes and eating. So
Yeah. So
Clothes are overrated.
What do you have going on for like new? Yeah, exactly. Clothes are overrated. So what do you got going on for like new music and shows coming up?
Well, for right now, as of shows right now, I haven't heard anything as of right now, because I know normally what we do is we do a big summer tour, and we just finished the summer tour was last month, I believe, and wintertime's coming up, so a lot of people don't really want to go out when it's cold outside. So I don't know if we'll be doing anything for the next 2 months. Maybe in the new year we might have something going, but for me, I'm trying to record. See, if you go to the shows, then you get to hear some of the new material I've been doing, because I haven't actually recorded and put out any new stuff. I've just been working on tracks, and then 1 or 2 I'll go perform at a show.
Like just to test it out, you mean?
Yeah, to get people's reaction. Let me hear what people think, right? So far, out of the 3 tracks that I performed, everyone seemed to get a good reaction from it. Fuck, might as well start recording these, right? Like, can't only just perform them, people want to hear them too. So
Yeah.
my ass needs to get in the studio and start recording. Suspects already told me enough times, anytime I want to record, come down. Vision told me anytime I want to go to Sudbury, and he's got his whole studio set up, he'll record. So I got the opportunities. It's just getting that time, man.
Yeah.
When you guys know what it's like working so much, and then you put in overtime, and then, you know, you want to go out and splurge for a weekend. So you work a weekend and you find yourself like, holy shit, man, it's been a month and I haven't done fuck all but work.
Yeah.
Shit.
That's why we always have to, like, even for these podcasts, we do it every other week, because literally that's all the time we have.
Yep.
And even this, we have to like book around stuff, and like I worked this morning, Ernie worked this morning. You know, we usually hang out around like 9 o'clock at night when everybody's usually, you know, this is a good time to ask people to come and chat with us. But yeah, we know exactly what you're talking about.
Kids are usually in bed by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's the passion you have for it, man. You love doing it. It's fun to you. It's something you enjoy so much doing that you don't give a shit how much time you got to put. You'll put the time. You'll make the time. That's the whole point of it. That's just like with music, man. It's a passion.
Yeah.
It's something that you want to do. So for recording, I got to get my ass back in the studio, record the shows. I would love for you if you guys did come out to a show, a local show, if we ever had one in Kitchener or Cambridge.
Dude, I'd love to.
It would be on me. I'd make sure you guys were both on the guest list. Just walk in there, man.
Well, we promote it too, man. That's
I promote the shit out of it.
we promote, like, this podcast. This is what we do. We promote other people. Like, I constantly am following the people we've had on the podcast and seeing what they're up to, just so I can promote their shit. That's half the stuff we do out here. So yeah, man, anytime you want to let us know when you got a show, we would definitely promote it and then come out for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah, I think you guys would like it, man. Plus, you know Drew anyway. Suspects, one of those guys. He's always running the shows. He's always, you know what I mean, one of the main cards on there. So if he's not the main act, he's the act right before the main act. You know what I mean?
He and I can talk baseball. So
yeah,
that's T-ball actually.
No.
Yeah, I was gonna say the fucking T-ball.
Junior Jays.
The Junior Jays.
Yeah. We were going all pro till our sippy cup emptied.
Until they started pitching at you.
Yeah, until they brought out the fruit cups.
Yeah.
And then
Orange slices.
Orange slices.
So, you were saying most of your stuff is on SoundCloud? Is that where you have most of your stuff so people can find it?
Yeah, first mixtape from me is on SoundCloud. I don't know exact link. It would be MC Melo, The Time Is Now mixtape 1.
The Time Is Now.
That would probably be. Yeah, The Time Is Now, volume 1. And I called it that because it was one of those things where I felt like I waited so long to do something. I call myself, or like I said, I've been doing this since I was a kid, writing. You call yourself an MC, then where the fuck's your music? Where's your mixtape? Where's your album? Where's your, you know, like you guys saying you have a podcast, but nobody hears you. How the fuck are you gonna have a podcast if no one hears you? You know what I mean? Like, you're not broadcasting it. You're just doing it together on a tape recorder, recording it.
Yeah, we record it and then we burn it.
Yeah, like no one even hears it.
We're going to talk for 2.5 hours, act like we're talking to other people, and then not send it out.
Hey, have we done that before where we talked to somebody for
I don't even know.
We talked. I think,
oh, jeez.
You know, we'd like to. I think we could doctor in something like that.
Yeah. That has happened. We've talked to somebody for 2.5 hours. We can't
release it.
Yeah, we can't release it.
You're just like, hey, yeah, we'll keep this one.
Yeah, guess what's coming out next week?
Staying in the vault. Yeah.
My finger slips every now and then.
Yeah. Somebody's gonna lose their license.
Yep. Kiss that one goodbye. So you said that you grew up listening to and watching your brother record. Is that something he still does?
Not anymore. Like, I guess if he had the time, he probably would. But I know when I first moved in 2 years ago, when I first moved into my apartment, I had a 2-bedroom. I moved from a 1 to a 2, and the 2 I was going to set up the studio in the second room. Mm-hmm. And he was really motivated, right? Like, he wanted to move in the sound system, the computer, the mic. But then it was like he started working, and this new job, started working all the time. He was there all the time, overtime. And I was just like, yo, dude, just give me your fucking computer and let me do it, right? But it's kind of defeats the purpose of starting something if if you're not going to finish it, right?
I wanna ask you. So, like a recording studio itself, other than having a soundproof room with a really good microphone that'll pick up vocals where it doesn't sound distorted, like you're getting your voice as true as it sounds, and then you get that as clear as it sounds. You drop the track in the background. Like what else? What would entitle, like if you were gonna have a production studio? What all would that entitle? Like, what would that entail?
Well, I know one thing, you need some really good studio speakers, man. Really good speakers, because everything you're doing for recording is all on headphones. Nobody's hearing anything except for you, right? Like you and the person who's recording you, obviously, you both got headphones on. And having a soundproof room, it is good. Having an actual booth where you walk in, like when I record with Suspect, I got a booth I can walk in. Everything's soundproof. You know, the door shuts, that's it, we're ready to go.
That's what I meant, sorry.
But,
something, so basically it's called zeroing out, right? Like when you get in there and the audio that's coming out, the only thing that's making noise is you breathing and you talking, right?
Exactly, that's all you can hear.
Yeah.
You don't hear any background noise, no jitters, glitches, anything. It's you clear as day.
And you got to have an ear for that too, though, eh? Like being able to like listen for like harmonics and things like that, like vocals and what's gonna mix well with. There's like when you get like a track that you're inspired by, like a song that you're inspired by to do lyrics behind. Is that something that you'd like? We were just speaking with Wicked Vibe. He was saying he had a track that he sat on for almost a year before he released it.
For me, I had because I write so much. I understand that idea where the only song I ever had that was an old song that I released after was the song I made for my dad. It was called "The Good Die Young," and the only reason why it was an old song released later was because I made it shortly, like a year or two after he passed, and I didn't release it until I made a mixtape, right? Like that was one that, again, it was in the vault. I didn't really want to share it with people. It was one of those really emotional tracks, but I was like, you know what? Fuck it. If I'm going to do it, I'm doing it on this track. And the beat I used was actually, it was like a Sia beat. I took a instrumental from a pop artist because the song sounded so good, and I made it my own, right?
And is that off of, the mixtape you're talking about, is that The Time Is Now? Is that the mixtape you released it on?
Yeah, the Time Is Now Volume 1, mixtape Volume 1. That's what I called it. I said Volume 1 because I was going to make the Volume 2 as like overtime, you know? It's been overtime now. Let's do it. I'm putting in that overtime. Like, so many concepts for that overtime that's Volume 2. The one I'm working on is actually entitled Overtime.
You just got to find some time to put it out.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my fucking god.
It's not its time yet.
Yeah.
It's not its time yet. It's been overtime though.
Clock is ticking. Clock is ticking.
Yeah.
Clock is ticking, man. The time was now, but it's not now no more. It's overtime.
He's gonna slash me with his stick the next time he sees me.
You don't want it to go to shootouts, bro.
No, I do not. Hey, I'm pretty good at them.
That's mixtape Volume 3, bro. I'll get you on that.
Definitely. It's just gonna be our banter in front of the net.
That's it. Just called shootouts.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hockey themed rap mixtape.
It's just keep playing the goal sound and then just rap over top of that.
Play it in the background. You know what though? That wouldn't even be a bad skit. Our banter at the net.
100%.
Our banter at the net is classic.
Hilarious.
That is great.
Half the time it's your team yelling at you to stop talking to me, and then it's my team yelling at me to stop talking to everybody.
Yeah. Well, fuck. Hey, listen. We're having a conversation, all right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but we're having a conversation.
Right. You just got to get out of that way with the big shot, the guy with the big shot, and I'm just gonna cover my nuts and make sure nothing it doesn't hit anything vital.
Yeah, don't worry. I think I've taken a couple slap shots for you, man. Standing.
Oh yeah, that definitely. I've said thank you to you a couple times that you stopped it for me. So.
No, you have.
Oh my god.
Patted me on the back.
I did.
That hurt.
Yep.
Didn't it? Yeah.
I'm like, thanks, man. Good save. You were all over that one.
Shit.
Oh my god.
So the events that you've done, what has been like the craziest one that stands out in your mind that is just like, dear God, I can't believe I did that, and like the crowd or like the people that you got to work with. What's been the craziest moment that you've done in with hip hop?
Well, that one was it would be the Obi Trice show.
Obi Trice
like
one?
do
Yeah.
it open. Yeah, when I got to meet him too after, like,
Oh, wow.
he met all the artists, gave him a mixtape, took a picture with them. Like, I posted it all on Instagram and Facebook. But that one was one of the best. But my most memorable one was a Mad Child show, because my brother, I have two brothers, middle brother and my oldest brother. My middle brother is the one that was the one I had, like, I listened to everything. He was my guru. You know what I mean? He taught me everything. He's the guy I go to when it comes to writing stumps or anything, man. Like, he's taught me everything I know. Everything you see from me, I learned from him. My oldest brother was there, but he was more of the he was the music, the engineer. He was the man who brought everything to my other brother, and my brother came up with all the ideas, taught me. So being up on stage with him and turning my head and seeing him beside me, that was one of the most memorable, craziest shows, because I had people, that was the first time I actually had the crowd chanting my hook to my song. I'm like, that's my song you guys are yelling out. Nice.
Wow.
Like, holy fuck.
Man.
That's
Not
gotta
even
feel
big,
good.
man.
Wow.
You know, that's an overwhelming feeling. And again, looking to the side and seeing my older brother there, you know, he was just looking at me like, yeah, man, look what you fucking did. It was a good feeling. It was a good feeling.
Wow, that's awesome. That's gotta be.
Yeah. Memorable, right?
Yeah,
that's
no
a
doubt.
memorable one.
So you were saying before that you went on a tour this summer. Like, how long was the tour? Was it like a month tour, 2 months, or?
Yeah, typically this tour that they did was just a short tour. It was like maybe a month.
Yeah.
They came down from one dude came down from Philly or was it Philly he came down from? And he was actually the headliner for the show, and then we had a bunch of local guys come. There was one dude from like Calgary or something who came down though. And he was one of the headliners with the main act. So they did a few shows, but came down here and did Cambridge. They did Cambridge, Barrie, and one more other place I can't remember right now. I didn't do the other two. It wasn't one of those shows where I was so like, yeah, I really got to do this show. It was more of it's down local. I'll do the show. My Suspect was doing it. Suspect did the whole tour. Not the whole tour, but he did the Tri-City tour.
Yep.
And I wanted to be a part of the Cambridge show, right?
That's cool, man.
I can't do the shows and work no more, man. Getting too fucking old for that.
Yeah.
Are they now when you do a tour like that? I can't imagine it'd be cheap. Are they gigs that would eventually you'd break even when you do it, or is that something again where you'd have to be selling tickets, and if you're not selling enough tickets to do that, it's coming out of your pocket kind of deal?
Yeah, like if you're not, if I did the whole tour, like my first tour I did, but I would be paying money out of it because you're paying for every stop, you're paying for food, you're paying for, like the venues aren't cheap themselves. Some of them you might get a good deal on some, but they're not cheap. So generally, if the show only becomes a 10 or 15 person show, 20 max, you're not the person who ran the whole thing. It's not making nothing, right?
I've heard that with DJing as well. Like if you're not a draw, then you're not making much money, because if the venue's not making money, then you're not making money.
That's why private parties are the best, because you get paid for the show, you get paid for your time, you put on a good show. Like most of the time for a private party, you give them an example, like a little CD of yourself mix. I don't know if you made any, but just a little tip. A CD of yourself mixing so that you have something to show them. Hey, this is just a quick little 2 minutes of me throwing some shit together for people at a party. You know what I mean?
I don't have music because it's not mine, so it doesn't really make sense for me to like, hey, I can play this guy's song. But like I was just about to say what I do for promoting my little side business that I do for myself. I basically post videos of the setup with music running at the venue that I'm doing it at, to show like, hey, I'm not just doing it in my basement and taking pictures on it set up in different angles. Like I'm doing it at like the African Lion Safari and the Grand River Transit Christmas party and and like all over the place in KW where people need weddings and the Schwaben Club and like all over the place, right? And it's that I find is good for promotion and that, but
Way better.
Social media and bloody Instagram, it is the best promotional shit because it's for free.
Yeah.
That is like, oh man.
Jay Lethal.
Yeah.
Frick.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Well, it's great because like it reaches so many people, and then they can share it, and like Instagram can be used to book events. And is that what you're thinking? Is maybe in the new year leaning towards renting like a hall or something like that, where like you guys and Marmel would do like your own events?
a private show?
Yeah, do you guys do more privates than you do like renting out a bar kind of thing?
Well, that's the thing. To do a private show, you'd have to find a good venue for it. And venues around here, like let's say a Polish club or an Armenian club, it's not cheap, right? That's really expensive. That is like something where you got to make sure you're going to have about 50 heads to cover up that fee, if not a little more, because you want to put on a show, but at the same time, you don't really want to put out that much money for the venue if not that many people are going to come, so to say.
Yeah.
Can't you get a hall for like $350 though? Isn't that like when you do Stag and I know when I do Stag and O's, like when I've gone to book a couple of them out, when we did Jeremy's and we did mine, I think we paid like $300 to $400 for the venue. And then like the one in Preston Legion there, if you get that one, you can actually you don't have to pay for you won't have to get a liquor license or booze because they have booze there.
Yeah, but if you're charging $10 a head, you have to have like 300 people come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, because how much are you going to charge for
true,
each person, right?
True.
And then that's why this is where you can do that if you make 3 or 4 acts come in and pay $80 to $90 for their set.
Yeah.
Hey, dude, we got a show coming up. Do you want to pay for a spot? Yeah, I do. Okay, well, this is the set. This is the money. Come in, pay for your set. Boom, we can pay for this venue now.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
Right?
And is that what
That's
is that what Drew does then? Like he books all that stuff?
Well, he books a lot of the people he books are people that are local.
Yeah.
So he knows they're gonna bring people.
That's still awesome though. That's great that he's like, he's promoting guys like yourself and guys that are trying to like get your name out, and like he's been, like you say, he's been around the industry for a while, that he's willing to help somebody starting out and somebody that's been going at it for a while to get their name out and get into in the limelight, to get their music out, right?
Didn't he have
and he's the type who will tell you, like, if you don't promote yourself, you're not gonna get people to come out. Like you said, you post videos and stuff to show people that you're not just spinning in your basement, because you want people to come to you. You want them to buy a ticket off you or whatever. You know what I mean? Like you want them to come see you. So he always gives you that opportunity. So like you said, social media is free, man. Go and post the stuff, reshare it. Yeah.
You post bullshit too. I made up that we won an award for the podcast.
We haven't been around for a year. We're already winning awards.
Yeah, we're winning awards. KW Awards. Reader's Choice. There's nothing to read.
Oh God! Didn't Suspect have a show tonight? Didn't he have a show or something tonight, or is that tomorrow?
Oh no, that's
down at the Hopper or something.
Wrong, but I'm pretty sure he might be DJing it, but. I know that there's something going on at the Hopper tonight.
Yeah, I think I saw that too. He was doing something at the Hopper.
It's nice to see those places are up and going with how much damage they've done to downtown Preston.
Oh boy.
Oh God. It's what it's everywhere you go. I always say down here because this is where I live, but it's everywhere you go. People will always ruin a good spot.
Yeah.
Like we'll have a good spot, we'll have an area where we can go do shows, go do stuff, and then like there was a place, I don't want to get into detail, but there was a place we used to perform at. Someone got stabbed outside. You know what I mean? And it was like, okay, wow, what the fuck just happened there? Like, we were all having fun, partying, drinking, and enjoying a show. Then someone took it to a next level and went and stabbed somebody outside.
Can't hold their liquor, man.
And that's what it is. Anger kicks in. Testosterone kicks in. Everybody nowadays has something to prove. You don't got nothing to prove, man. I don't have nothing to prove to nobody. You don't have nothing to prove to me.
Yeah.
When I go out, I'm not trying to be a big man. I don't care what you have to say about me. If you come swinging at me, it's a different story. I'm going to defend myself, but I'm not going out there to try to be Rocky Balboa. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a movie, man. You're not going to just fight and go home after.
No, you're gonna go to jail.
Especially
Just
now.
go, yeah.
Especially now. Like, it just seems like there is the stupidest thing you could do now is start a fight because it's not going to end. Like, you're going to knock the guy out, and the guy's going to get up, he's going to call somebody, and they're going to come with something stronger, like a knife, and then that guy's going to go, he's going to go get a gun, and that guy's going to get a bazooka. Like, it's just going to escalate.
No, I think it would end at the gun.
No.
And then it becomes a bigger issue than it has to be. Again, it was a hip hop show, it was a rap show. We were all having fun. Then to escalate it to something else.
That's scary, man.
Well, and that's why these places end up getting shut down, or no one goes to them anymore, or they get closed up. And so we did it at the Hopper, and I was surprised because I was like, yo, I thought this place was done. But because the Grand, I don't know if you heard about the Grand in Preston.
Yep, it burnt down.
Burnt down. Yeah, somebody in the hotels above it set a fire or lit a fire or something.
Probably fell asleep with a cigarette in his mouth.
Yeah, or something stupid, right?
It's a little rough spot. Like,
yeah.
Try to fart on a lighter to see if you'd get a flame, and you actually got one. You know, like.
Yep.
Fires burn. shit goes down.
Yeah, shit went up quick.
Yeah.
Shit went up quick, man.
Oh god.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah. Linger, man.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. That was.
Yeah, that really stunk.
Yeah, so that place got burnt down, right? So all you smell is ass up the street, and we're at the Hopper trying to perform, and we're like, okay, this isn't going to go too well. We had about 10 people show up to that show. There wasn't that many people, man, but again, with that little group of people, you had a bar right there. Hey, we got booze, we got music. Let's make it a night, right?
Nope.
I got a question for you. So, Marmel, when they perform at the Hopper, when you guys would they show up in the I want to call it garb, I don't know what you'd call it, but the battle axe warrior stuff, would they wear that while they're performing?
No, I don't know if they ever actually did wear that performing. Maybe once or twice, but I don't think they ever wear that stuff performing.
I was going to say that just really seems like you'd be asking for trouble.
Well, yeah, it's when you're on stage, you want to wear something different. You want to kind of be your own person on stage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you either wear or again, what a lot of these guys do, like Suspect's good for it. He'll wear the headliner shirt or something. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He'll be promoting somebody who's at the show or promoting somebody. With me, I always wore wrestling shirts. Nobody ever wore wrestling shirts, and I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna wear my Ultimate Warrior or John Cena. Right? So I was that's the one I wore at Obi Trice show. I wore an Ultimate Warrior shirt. I'm like, fucking right, I'm going in style, man.
Well, if I knew that, if you wanted like famous people stuff, I would have given you my jersey. I didn't think of it.
Dude, I would have wore it, man.
You would have stunk up the place.
Stunk, and it would have been like a tent.
So bad.
Oh my god.
I would have.
Man.
Fuck.
That's awesome. So you were saying, the new stuff, I was checking on your Instagram, so you also play guitar, you play like that kind of music as well, right?
Yeah.
Is it the same kind of like hip hop kind of folk stuff, or what is that more? Is that the same kind of music, or what do you think?
Everything, man. When it comes to guitar, it's whatever I kind of hear and I want to play. Like I love music. Music is I guess so to say, it's my lifestyle. Hip hop is my lifestyle. Music is a big part of my life, and I'll hear something on the radio and I'll go home and I'll be like, oh, I want to try that. Or I'll hear something and the sound of it really catches my ear. I want to play that. Like, I love Metallica, but can I pick up the electric and play a fucking solo like that? Hell no. But I can play the chords. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can yell it in the shower pretty good. That's all I get.
You know what I mean? Like I can air guitar that shit. Give me free bird, man. I'll play the beginning of the chords, and then one of you guys air guitar that solo for me, and we got
yeah,
this.
we got it.
What I mean?
Yep.
So,
Yep. I'm playing guitar. I'm playing the drums right now. I just can't see it.
yeah, see, you got this, man.
So
yeah, for the guitar, it's one of those things where I don't really have a certain preference of music when it comes to guitar. I'll play everything.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have your music on SoundCloud and Spotify as well, or no?
No, I haven't done the spot. I don't know. I guess I'm old fashioned, but I didn't do the Spotify yet. I don't really know. Like for YouTube too, I just recently put my guitar playing on YouTube. Was like a year or two ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I know we've released our podcast on Spotify and all that, and it's just part of the package actually that we release on what we get YouTube, we get Spotify, iTunes, and it just kind of releases it all on the one, doesn't it?
You can all like the thing about posting it on certain podcasts RSS feeds is that they open it up to a lot of different like podcast generators.
Would it be easy to do if you didn't do an RSS
I don't
feed?
know. I don't know. I'd have to look into the music part, but I know for us it was simply like we pay for an RSS feed that gives us the opportunity to spread every new episode. It updates it automatically, kind of thing. So I'm not sure how that works for music. Actually, I have no idea. But for me, for Spotify,
is it a contract or like as it's all your own stuff though? Like
yes.
Everything's owned by you guys. It's all your own.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're referring to. A buddy of mine was telling me it's something where I pay a few bucks and they put like, I don't know if it's a copyright, so to say, but everything I release in my name, that's mine. It's all for me. Like no one can make money off of my music if they're playing it, or if radio plays it, you know, like let's say if the radio plays your podcast, they got to pay you for that. They can't just play your thing without consulting you or paying you or anything like that.
Mind you, that'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't mind. I'd be like,
We can go on the radio?
No, he can go on the radio because he makes songs.
Can we say fuck
we
if
just,
we go on the
we
radio?
just talk. That's all we do.
It'd be amazing. What do you mean? Howard Stern radio, bro.
Yeah.
We'd be like kicked off the first time.
The thing is for us is like we generate topics based off of the guests we have. Like we've had we've had a guest that's been like a guy who is a professional barbecuer, and then we have like you who's like a rapper, and then we had like
a promotional guy for wrestling.
Yeah, we had an actor who's in wrestling for the local wrestling scene. Are you interested in that? I know you're into wrestling. I saw your Instagram. You went to the WrestleMania.
Yeah, actually, big time.
So are you into the PWA?
I've never really heard. I know who they are. Like my cousin Isaac, actually. You know the big dude who plays hockey with me?
Yes.
Very big guy?
Yes.
Yeah, he actually knows, like, he was training with people that were wrestling in there before.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
this was like 9 years ago, but yeah, he used to like train and do shit like that. He was at a school once, and he knows all about that promotion and stuff.
But so this guy is like an actor who plays like a promoter kind of role in the PWA, and he came on the podcast full character.
In full character, yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, it was hilarious. So like our content is based off of like the guests, and then we just kind of like flow with it. You know, it's just like that's just what we do. But
we actually, yeah.
No, go ahead.
It's whatever you want, kind of on to, right? Like you don't limit yourself. You're not like, oh, well, let's go look for this, or let's go look for, you're like, fuck, whatever, man. Oh, look, yeah, let's ask him to be on the show, or let's ask them to be on the show. Like,
yeah.
So that's a good thing. It's being versatile. You're kind of opening up a variety of people.
Yeah.
To listen.
We've had quite a variety.
It's funny that you said be on the radio. I was bored at work the other day, and I was sitting there thinking, I'm like, you know, it would be kind of cool to go on the radio, like have a radio show. Because I'm listening to the radio out there because I'm way out in Havelock. And I'm like, this is garbage. I could do better than this.
Yeah, they're like, and here's the next song. Okay, I've done that before.
Yeah.
That's actually how this got started. Jeremy was on a radio show, and he told me he was going to be on it, so I was texting him the whole time, like, are you excited? He's like, yeah, man, I'm really excited. I'm like, what did he want? And he's like, oh, he wants to play some music. I'm like, you're not just going to play music the whole time, are you? He's like, no, he said he's going to talk. So, like, he gets on, he plays a song, and I'm like, okay, it's 11:45. You said you were starting at 11:30. He's like, I don't know, he keeps playing music. And I'm like, tell him to turn this shit off and start talking. So you hear Jeremy start to talk a little bit, and he's like, oh, yeah, wonderful, Sky's Blue. Yeah, well, here's the next track I'm going to play. I'm like, I did not stay up till 11:30 to listen to shitty jazz music.
Yeah. Some people, you know, it's just some people just don't want to, I don't know. He was very, very scared to talk, I guess. But that just jumped us off to do this. Motivated us to get on get on this. We've been talking about doing a podcast for a long time, and actually our next podcast will be our 1 year anniversary. That'll be our 30th podcast our next one. So
Shit.
yeah,
Look at that.
yeah, man, we're earning and burning.
Kind of a big deal.
yeah,
Yeah, kind of. I don't know if you know this about you guys.
Yeah, I have many leather-bound books in my apartment.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, no, and that's another thing too. Like radio. No offense to people in radio, but
No,
it's kind
offense
of
to
dead
radio.
now, anyways, man.
It
Podcasts
is.
are kind of what's going on now. Like, I don't know if you guys know this, but everyone's doing podcasts now, man. Not
No
everyone,
way.
but all the fucking right. Like,
Even that fucking goalie's got one.
did you read the newspaper today? Fuck. Do they even make newspaper anymore?
I don't know.
They do it. It's free. They just hand them out.
It's just something else for kids to steal.
Yeah, or kick off your driveway.
Let's throw at your fucking window. dude.
Right. It's another thing for old people to complain about.
I like our like the guy who drives around our neighborhood just throws it out of his window as he drives by. He doesn't even get out, just out the window. I'm like, you lazy bugger.
Yeah, they used to put it on the front,
Yeah.
and they used to ask you if you read page 3. Not now.
No, here's your paper.
You're lucky if you don't end up in a fucking puddle.
Yeah, well, that's what the bag's for. That's
Yeah, that's what bags are for, yeah.
Yeah, they throw the bags over them now.
Yeah,
Like, this way,
it
you
doesn't
don't
matter
throw
where
in
it
your
ends
paper.
up. Yep. Hope and a prayer you get that thing.
Oh my god.
Do you listen to quite a podcast? I know you do. Do you do construction?
No, I don't anymore. I actually
no?
work at a fabrication shop.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say do you listen to podcasts at all when you're at work?
No, fortunately, we get to listen to radio. So I know the top 20 in the oldies. I know the top 20 in rock and roll, and I know the top 20 in the fucking pop station.
Good old Cardi B.
You know what I mean? And what's the other one? What the fuck? I hear it all the time on the radio. I don't want to sing it now because then I'll get stuck in my damn head. and I'll
Old
get stuck
Town
in my
Road?
head.
Old Town Road?
No, that was one of them. Jesus, I couldn't stand that song anymore, man. No, it's that one.
Do you want to hear something funny on that? So I have had 50-year-old women come up to the DJ booth and say, "I really like that Old Town Road. Can you play it, please?" And I'm like, "The one with the rapper and Billy Cyrus? Yeah, but not the remix. The one with more of him and less Billy Cyrus." I'm like, okay.
Just put in the Mercury.
And you
one.
play it, and it's not a fast dancing song. I don't know what they're doing, but they're just kind of hips gyrating. I'm like, I don't know if that's a dance or a seizure.
Oh my
Do you
god.
even can you dance to that song?
Well, you just kind of move around a lot.
Shuffle.
All right, there's
What-
awkward white people dance.
What was that? What was the song you were thinking of? The top 20. I'm looking. I can Google it for you if you want.
Oh, it's that it starts with an L. Leo or Lizzo, I think it's called.
Lizzo.
Hang on.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
think
look
her
up
name's Lizzo.
Google top 20.
Actually, it's
Oh my
funny.
God,
It's
I
funny
can't
that
stand
you.
it anymore.
It's funny that you bring up Lizzo, Jeremy. Our 1 year podcast is coming up, and I wasn't gonna ruin this for you, but
oh, shut up!
we
You
have a
did this
surprise-
already.
We have a surprise guest. It's
No, we
Lizzo.
don't.
Yep. Lizzo's coming on the podcast
Top 20.
along with Cardi B.
Lizzo.
Cardi B,
Truth hurts.
I think that's the
That's
one.
it.
could
That
be
is.
the
It's
one.
Lizzo. It's Truth hurts.
I don't think
Oh
I've
my
heard it.
God, I can't hear it no more. I can't hear it.
What
man.
about that?
Just the sound of her voice.
What about that Senorita song with Shawn Mendes and whatever?
You know what? I can handle it because I like the Camila, whatever her name is.
Yep. Because she had
Yeah,
Havana.
you know what
Havana
I'm
was a good.
talking about.
Havana was a good song. I don't like that one, but my daughter actually likes
Havana?
Senorita.
Yeah, I like Senor. I learned how to play that one on guitar. Actually, that's why I don't mind it. See, again, it's one of those songs that have guitaring in it. So I hear the guitar more than I hear the singing.
Mm.
If that makes any sense? I don't know.
Yeah.
But with a lot of songs, like there's another one I heard on the radio, and I was like, "Yo, I gotta go home and learn how to play this." And then when I tried to play it, I couldn't play it. I was like, "Fuck this up."
What do you think of Billie Eilish?
She's a bad guy.
Duh.
Because like for me, I'm listening to that. I'm like, what is this? Is this rap? Is this hip hop? Is this because like I watched this documentary recently about K-pop and how what they do is they mix 3 different genres into what K-pop is. So like in the beginning it'll be rap, and then in the middle it'll be pop, and at the end it'll be rock. So like they're mixing genres into this K-pop genre. Like these songs in K-pop, they're mixing 3 different genres in the same song.
Those crazy Koreans.
So I feel like Billie Eilish is just doing the exact same thing.
Have you heard
Kind of.
about?
I feel like it's kind of still like a dance.
Oh, it's
dance kind of
100%.
like, yeah, like I still feel, man, we have so many labels for the music. Oh, this is this and this, and I get it because you have to kind of label off, right? Everyone has to label off their own genre. But for me, it's like when we were younger, Dance Mix 95, that shit would be on Dance Mix 95. You know what I mean? Like,
Yep.
that would be the stuff I would hear on that. To me, what is she? That's not rap to me. That's just singing. You know what I mean? But you're singing fast.
Yeah.
And other than that breakdown part at the very end of the song, it's a dance track 100%. I think it's like 124 or 120 beats per minute, and then once it goes to that breakdown part, and it would sound okay if you sped it up to make it a dance track. You could dance to that a whole lot better than you're gonna dance to friggin' Old Town Road.
Exactly. Now that's a track. If you throw it on, you hear the drums kick in. People are already moving. They hear the drums going. And like you said, it's got that.
Yeah.
So it's to me, a lot of dance music. It's like there's one on the radio. I think it's that Camila Cabello girl. She has another song on the radio.
Liar.
Liar.
Yep.
Man, is that song ever good? She does a good job on that song. The beat itself is good. Kicks in. It has that Spanish feel to it.
Yeah, I downloaded that one on my Spotify. I like that song.
There you go. I hear it. I got the top 20, so I hear it like 5 times in an hour. So believe me, I know. Yeah, I could start singing the song soon enough. Just give me another week, and I'll know the lyrics.
Remix it with a little bit of Mary's Had a Little Lamb. What?
Oh fuck! Yeah, just throw it in there.
Mary
Just
Had
do
a
it.
Little Lamb. So
It'll
I was listening to this rapper just because I've been trying to get back into it because Ernie was saying we're gonna have a couple guys on talking about rap. But do you know Tyler the Creator? Do you know him?
I've heard of him, but I don't know any of his music, buddy.
Yeah, it's a really weird, like it's like the same kind of thing.
You listen to some weird shit.
I really do.
Oh,
I really do
man.
listen to some weird shit. But it's like a mixture of rap, but then a lot of it has like a breakdown where like he has a show, like a live show, and there's like a mosh pit for a rap song. I'm like,
a mosh pit?
Yeah. It's like it's interesting. It's pretty good stuff.
Does it have like a bass breakdown? Is that why?
I'll have to play it for you later.
You'll have to.
But so he has this one song.
You don't really have to.
Yeah, I don't have to. But he has this one song called "Who Dat Boy," and it's just like
you can't even spell properly.
I'll have to play it for you later. You'll have to check it out.
Who Dat Boy.
Mellow, but like
I'll
it's
look
an
that up.
interesting song. It's just like. And like he doesn't. It's not even proper English. Like it's like who that boy, who this is. Like it's interesting. It's weird, and he repeats himself over and over and over. And it's like I don't know. Yeah, I don't understand the
They
music.
call that music, though. They call that music now. That right there is the top hits of music. Like when people go all crazy. Like when we were just talking about Chronic 2001. When you heard lines from that song that made you go, "Oh, sick!" Like. And then nowadays people are going crazy over, I be driving in my car.
Yeah.
Oh, so sick, bro.
Yeah.
Like, how is that sick? He just said he's driving in his car.
Yeah.
Because not
He's
everybody,
going very
not everybody
far.
can drive.
He's going very far.
Yes.
Yeah. Who that
like
boy?
Dr.
Who
Seuss
that is?
fucking, who that is?
He ate a greenfish in his car.
Yeah, I don't understand the mumble. We were talking to Wicked Vibe, and I asked him the same question. I said, "What do you think about this mumble rapping?" And he's like, "No, I don't get it. There's no poetic attitude to it." And he said, "I don't vibe with it at all." So
I just find it to be a very lazy type of art, you know? Like, I get it. When you look, you know how when artists paint a painting and you're just like, what the fuck is that? Looks like he just threw paint on a canvas. And then you go look at a Mona Lisa and you're just like, damn, that's a nice painting. Like, it's all on how you look at it. You're always going to have people look at that. Yeah, like, you're going to have people look at that art as, oh, that is something. That's amazing. No, it's not, man. It's not that amazing. You just take it as what it is. Like, I'm sorry. I'm not a hater. So I don't hate on nobody's music.
Yeah.
I don't really like I guess shitting on people's music, hating on it, putting it down, because I'm one for music. If you're doing music, you're trying to make a movement in the music. Good for you, man. Do your thing. But when I hear this, a lot of this mumble rapping and a lot of these KODs, so to say, they call it, kids on drugs, talking about sipping lean and doing Molly's and Percocets.
Yeah.
Like, bro, when I was growing up, weed and beer were alcohol and beer. That was the two things. That maybe some mushrooms if your buddy had some, but we weren't taking prescription pills and taking daddy's back relaxers and sipping Benadryl. You know what I mean? Like,
you're soft. You're soft, bro. You need face tats. face tats, and rainbow grills.
Well, like,
yeah, bro,
like,
rainbow hair and Xannies
all
day.
Well,
poop emoji on your face.
But it's so like crazy. Like, even that guy, what's his name? The guy with the rainbow.
Takashi.
He paid a gang.
6ix9ine.
He paid a gang, like the Bloods in New York, to hype him up. So he became big because a gang hyped him up, and then that gang ended up turning on him because he wasn't making them enough money, and then they like kidnapped him. Like it's so stupid.
You live in this area, so you're aware of what all is in the Grand River, right?
Yeah.
I guarantee you there's a little pump song out. It's called Wanna Be Like Me. You will stick a straw in the Grand River and take a swig to never have to hear this song again in your life.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, enjoy the tires and dead bodies.
Oh yeah.
Grand River Slurpee.
Oh, bro, and that's the thing with a lot of this music. It's I'll hear it for the first time. Like, do you remember there was a rapper by the name of Lil Xan?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I heard probably don't. Yeah, he hasn't been out in a while. There's one song I heard from him. I don't know. Maybe. That's the thing. You don't know anymore. These kids become
too much
one-hit wonder, become hot for 1 month, 2 months, and then all of a sudden they disappear. What happened? Well, I guess all the drugs and Xannies took up, didn't it? Now you're in rehab, and you look like an 80-year-old man, and you're only 20 years old. What the fuck just happened?
He's in Bridges and Galt.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I just seen him downtown.
Right? Yeah. He was yelling at a stop sign.
Holding the sign.
I think he's
Little Xan.
No, I'm looking it up. I don't know if he's still with us.
No, he's still with us.
He's still with us.
He's not dearly departed.
Yeah, he's still with us. I just don't think he's rapping anymore, man.
He sure has a lot of face tattoos though.
He's vanished.
Oh fuck. They all do, man. That became like the big thing, man. Getting your face tattooed.
Yeah.
All the kids that were coming in rap, they were like, yo, we have to get our face tattooed to be cool. Like
little Pump, little Peep.
Lil Pump, Lil Xan.
Little Skies.
I like Extension. He was another person. They all have their what was that, Lil Peep, another one who died. He had tattoos all over his face. Like,
there's a lot of littles.
He ain't making a peep.
Little Yachty, little Tracy.
Yeah. Lil Pump.
Little Zane.
Lil Zane.
There's a lot.
Lil Wayne.
There's a lot of littles.
Zane, wasn't he on Zoolander?
No,
maybe.
It's interesting how it's become mainstream though. Like, and then there's like a guy like Post Malone, who it's hip hop, right? What is hip hop? It's not rap. Like Post Malone.
Yeah, Post Malone he's like a hip hop pop.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that is because he does a lot of emotional type songs, but they're poppy. Like the new one, Circles, very catchy beat.
Very good.
Yeah, like when the beat kicks in, it's got my attention already. I'm at where I'm working, and it gets me a good vibe. I get a good feeling from it. It makes me want to work. Like it's nice.
I like.
You
Hollywood.
guys heard the? What's that?
I like the Hollywood Bleeding song.
What's that other one he does with Ozzy? That was
that was
really
a good one
That's
too.
the Take What You Want.
Yeah,
that song
that's
is so good.
Yeah.
The first few lines he says in there was, he says, "I never needed anything from you. All I asked was for the simple truth. I saw your tongue and it was forked in two. Your venom was lethal." That right there, I was like, God damn, man. That's deep writing from somebody who I wasn't expecting anything like that from.
You want to have like a hot tub time machine and make that one yourself. That's... I saw a hot tub time machine this week, so that's what I do.
My buffalo. That's all I think of when I hear that movie.
Yep.
White buffalo.
Yep. So good.
Oh my god.
No, man, I love listening to different types of music and finding different artists and things like that, and it's fun when you listen to one, and then all of a sudden it's on the radio, and you're like, oh shit, I've been listening to that for a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I like when that happens.
But well, man, I'm just looking at the time. We've been talking for a long bloody time. I really, really appreciate you sitting down with us. And like I say, it's been too long. I haven't had a chance to strap on some pads for a long time. But when I get them on, we'll have to shoot the shit in front of the net.
Yeah. Thanks for coming
Yes,
on,
buddy.
talking about the rap game. And so maybe in maybe 6 months, let us know if you're, or whatever, as soon as the spring comes, hot weather comes out, people want to go to rap shows. Let us know about shows and we can promote it, and we'll let people know where they can listen to, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I appreciate that, man. I'll do the same thing. I'll start promoting you guys too, man.
Yeah,
Just
no
let
worries.
me know.
Yeah.
Tag me in stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Beautiful. Yeah, and if you ever need a goalie, you just let me know.
Yeah, man. Anytime.
All
It'd
right.
just be nice to be on the other side for once.
Yeah, be on my team.
Yeah.
Except this way, I'll have to be defense then, so we can still shoot the shit at the
Oh,
net.
of course. Yeah, you can't play forward. You have to just slum it. You just hold the stick all lay down. Is there? So sorry. So you're if people wanted to look you up, you're on YouTube, on SoundCloud, on Instagram. I'm not on Facebook anymore, but you're on Facebook. I have the
Facebook.
Messenger. I just don't use the Facebook because I was just so sick of bloody ads, and I kept getting things from Facebook saying, "Hey, you should send a message about this and this, and check out this ad about dick cream," or I don't know. I'm just sick of it.
Yeah, you're just scrolling and all of a sudden you got a fucking ad for pocket pussies and lube. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like I got more than enough of this.
I just got one.
This is the old stuff. You gotta send them an updated ad.
They must be listening.
Yeah, discount. It's a discount. Ad.
Google's listening to me again.
Yeah. I was just talking about this. Oh my god. Anyway, man,
Oh, jeez.
thanks so much for coming on, MC Melo. It was
Yes,
awesome.
boys.
It was
Thank
awesome
you for having me,
Awesome
man.
talking
I
with
really
you.
appreciate it.
Cheers,
Yeah, it
buddy.
was good talking to you guys, man.
All
Enjoy
right.
your night.
Thanks, you too.
Peace.